Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. Let's share the show, please. As you join us, share the show. As you join us. Let's share the show. Let us know where you're following us from. Let us know where you're following us from. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Elijah NC from Nima County. Live from Ganta City. Thank you, Emmanuel. Folks, let's share the show. Let's share the show. It's not easy. Let's share the show. Let's share the show. Angela Marie Pratt is watching us from Atlanta, Georgia. Let's share the show, my people. Let me drink water for it. Tiffy, Jading, North Korea. Okay. Alexander Boniface is following us from Missouri, St. Joseph, US of A. Okay. Arnold Taylor is following from Michigan. Folks, let's share the show, please. Yaka. Yaka. Yaga. Let's share the show where Yaga. Boy, let's share the show. Let's share the show. Angela. Let's share the show. Let's see. Kusuka Dawson is following us from Maryland County. Okay. Let's see who else is there. Okay. Let's share the show. Varagona, oh yeah. Yeah. Girl, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see if I can join the team for like the guys from Liberian. Let me connect with them.
Why you know the show gonna be hot?
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, but how come Melbourne? So I bring Melbourne they run away. Let's share the show. Today they're laughing. You know how when you feel vindicated, I hear them laughing. I just laughing. so laughing. Harrison, is that Bug Blur? Harrison Bubbler. Welcome to the show, boss man. My people, let's share the show. But maybe I can't just bring you on.
Indeed. So I finally joined my team. Indeed, even though the network trying to. I don't know what happened to you and that I'm presenting more 2 days. I got to either is that fire in protest? Yes, indeed, I'm going to fire in protest.
No, but no, you can't fire in protest again, or because
no, I'll fire protest. Because I'm
No,
not understanding you and Virginia Monk.
no,
I'll not bless I'll not bless Seku. For now on, that only you and Virginia Monk that are active. So I will blame the two of you.
Let's be honest.
Mm.
You can't what they call all because we not do nothing. We who behind you to make sure.
See, you said, look, let me tell you, just ask the people how you look. I don't know about, but ask the people you're watching. You please, you're still Steve, real life. How Steve look before before we talk about or before move forward. Then we know who they blame on.
No, but we've been working together, me and you.
I see. Okay, no problem. I forgive you.
No, that the issue
No, my man, I'm the incoming deacon. Forget that thing.
No, but we have been working together. If you really look at it for true.
My man, for 19, no. Yes. So you and myself have been working together, you're right. We've been working together for
Yeah,
a long
though I
time.
left the church, but in all honesty, it has not prevented me from maintaining my relationship and connections.
But you can't even do that. That's the first thing. Because look, 3 ways, I think there are 3 ways, right? That we can, or if they can leave the Baptist church. You know yourself, you read your letter, like you want to go, and the church have their own right to excommunicate you, or by the way, or by the way of death.
Which church you talking about? Which church
The Baptist setting. My man, we're talking about the Baptist setting. So in the Baptist setting, there are 3 ways. Either the church excommunicate you, you resign, or you leave the church, or by the way of death. So the 3 ways.
Okay,
From now on, we haven't received any communication. I come in, you coming in. For now on, we haven't received any communication from you. So as far I am concerned, the incoming practicing to be deacon. Because nowadays in Liberia, the only way you can reach a certain position, you gotta be somebody. So the incoming practicing deacon, as far as I'm concerned, you are still member of the Baptist Church. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let me say this to you and the rest of the Baptist Church and the leadership. That your constitutional right to think in your heads that I'm so part of the Baptist Church. You can anything you want to think in your head, you can think in your head. Right now, why you say that, like, brother, you can think in your head that you get 5 yellow machine in the back of your horse.
Let me tell you, whenever I agree, they say deacon power. You can't pray about you. Slow down.
Well, you already know what time it is. You can think whatever you want in your head in the Baptist Church. That's not my issue. They see where I can, I see where I living. I answer no paper to come in. And I'm signing no paper to leave. The time I come in, nobody told me to come there. That they see where I'm living, I don't have to report to anybody. So that whole Baptist church, you're not ready for. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're not ready. I told you. I told you. In fact, my coming to visit the Baptist church is still pending.
Just people come and Richie, I know Richie, but I'm talking about investigating us. Richie, these 2 people you seeing today on the platform.
Richie, I guess so. Remember that Doris, that Richie. Richie, I guess so.
We read our Bible well, oh. You can call your daddy for us. People will not believe.
I'm willing to submit myself to any investigation to move my life forward. And I get no problem with that. That people who commit crime can be a for investigation. Me and I for investigation.
Stop it. Today is Thursday, a day to the weekend. Stop.
My man, that people who commit crime can be a further investigation. Me and I for investigation. A bad thing. I'm open to investigation anywhere, audit to investigation, anything you want to bring it. I'm willing.
So Steve, so let me make this clear to the public, our followers and our listeners. Steve is still part of the Baptist setting. He can cry wolf. Let me tell you, all of you out there today, still he can cry wolf. Anything that happens right now is in the Baptist governance. So Steve, go ahead.
Mama, you don't want to bring nobody about the check because yeah, like that. No, you want to bring down about the check because I even think the other measures the things they do because the party because they say all of them know what time it is. They already know what time it is. They know I don't play like that. So that one what you're saying is on behalf of you and your future position you want about it, and that particular statement could threaten your position as potential deacon. You honor man in the Baptist church and the way of the people. But anyway, we're not going to that. No, boy, my man, what been going on? You know, I've been on Facebook. Yesterday, I couldn't make the show for security reason. I've been on Facebook. I've been seeing all kind of social things. I've been on Facebook. The other that they want let me. Yeah, man. They 1 year. I don't like it. I don't like this particular features. It made us to. I don't understand, man. Give me a second here. Give me a second here, guys. Oh man. Oh Lord. I think I messed something up here, folks. Just know. Oh Lord.
So what you do if you're not maybe going the right way, then just log out, then you come back in while we hold on.
The setup that sickle. Hold on here. I don't. The setup that was done in here. Yeah, they want. No.
Yeah, well, check it though, because nobody going to tamper with our system. Please.
Man,
I will you not invite some of your men you get from across, because 100% more I trust, because you people from that end you can do anything not to win election. You see?
Yeah, but the thing too, I don't understand, man.
President More. You see, they can do anything to win elections. So Steve, you gotta be careful.
Okay, let me cancel it. Anyway,
yeah.
We'll read about Millpaw and Mark. Gentlemen, your hello to the Liberian people. Good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Welcome to today's edition. Welcome to the show. Welcome and welcome. We have a lot to talk about today. A lot. Just a lot. We're not here to make any noise. We're not here to make any trouble. We'll have a lot to talk about. We want to welcome you. Today is Thursday, the 11th of July, 2024. The time here in Phoenix, Arizona, it's 11:16 a.m. Let's share the show as we join the show. Like Marco always say, share, comment, and like. But no, I've been on Facebook as of yesterday afternoon, yesterday night. See our people then passing around, different things from the politics to the social. I saw some people in uniform. I saw some, so I've been confused. I don't know what's going on. And they say somebody graduated from the army and they won that one. And I'm seeing one other girl that always making noise on Facebook talking plenty. She just talking points of funny thing, confusing thing. So many things. It's just a disgrace. She just talking. Let somebody lose their mind. Just talking. So I don't know, my man. Socially, what have we become? In a summer in America, that's when we see, most of our sisters, some of our mothers, our grandmother then, our auntie then, that didn't want to be our daughters, didn't want to be nieces, didn't want to be on Facebook, just making noise, misbehaving in the summer, just shouting, talking about your stupid thing that don't make no sense, making stupid out of themselves. So, Monk, I don't know how you react to some of the funny thing. I know we get to the politics. I don't know how you react. What say you?
Well, there got some people, they just got to be known. They want to put themselves in the spotlight. They need that constant validation from others. That's how they feel better about themselves. And some people just cannot control themselves, whether it's personal matter, whether it's about marriage. They just don't know how to separate their personal life from their social life. And that's where the problem is. I saw the photos circulating on social media all through the day about some military graduation. And like you said, the woman who caused all this balls I think she was the one that exacerbated this story. They got people who believe that when you marry someone, you bring them to this country, that you literally own them. It's almost like slavery. You take them as people to be your personal property, when in fact, it's just a privilege to come to this country, no matter which program you come on. Someone will have to bring you here, but equally so, it's also a privilege to be here. It's not a right to be here. And I just don't get it. They got people that use this to abuse other people. That's why I notice, most especially women, they go over there, they think they can take somebody and bring them to this country and try to impose on them. But at a certain point in time, there is a free society, there is a different culture as opposed to back home. And when people start figuring their way out, they make choices. And at the end of the day, it leads to confusion, it leads to breakup of marriages. And that's exactly why it is. And like I said, the foundation is this constant notification and validation from people out there. Some people will do anything and almost everything just to be known, and that's why it is. And when you cannot control your social life from your real life, you will always be the victim at the end of the day, and that's what happened yesterday. So the photos you saw circulating in social media, it never happened by coincidence. They were well scripted, and that's why the people who are behind those photos, that's why they want that constant validation, that buzz in the social media world, because they believe that they are well known and people will get to know them more. That's why it is.
Thank you so much. I just want to recognize my coach Abu. What's up? Watching us from Phoenix. Melbourne, what say you quickly to the social issue? I was still studying someone misbehaving again. Because it seems like that every year, every summer, every day, every week, grown Liberian women, grandma, and I'm talking about small children, grandma there. Some of them can born, some of us 3, 4, 5 times on Facebook misbehaving. Some of them, they are what entered them. Some of them, they are what sister them. Some of them are very, very, look, it's very embarrassing. And just before you come here, I want to say this to all of my brothers who are in Africa, who in Europe, or who everywhere. Let me say this to you. If any woman come to wherever you are and marries you, whether that all bring you here, you came here through working on me, or she help you come to the country and she won't misbehave, leave her. Let me say again, leave her. I'll say again, any woman that brings you to the country and think that she brought personal property, she won't misbehave, she won't act up, she won't be disrespectful and disgruntled, she won't cross lines, she thinks she wants to control you, leave her. And when you're leaving her, make it public that you're leaving her. Leave her. No man, I keep saying anything to you. Some of you women don't get it, message. You don't get it, cool. You don't get it, cool. No man is your property. The day you start to see a man as your property, you have lost that relationship. You can never sustain or keep. Leave that woman. Let me say again, so you can, I know the women they can get the feeling. I ain't worried about that one, because it's not important to me. The one that important that the one I will say. Listen, any woman that brings you to this country, or any woman that invests in you and think you are personal property, that she can control you, disrespect you, dishonor you, disrespect you, especially in public, and raise her hands on you. Look, let me say again. When you're leaving her, don't leave her privately. Leave her publicly. Let it be on record. Leave her. Whatever she want to do, let her go do it. That's your business. You don't care about what she does. Enough is enough. I've always said this to women, men are not your properties. You don't get this thing. That only you're in your mindset, most of your Liberian women, most of you, I'm not saying all of you, in your mindset, in your myopic, controlling mindset, you think you can control men. You know, I hear someone talking about, oh, the men are 1 million men, the men are they men, the men are that other men. They're not disrespect. They're not disrespect. But let a man come and say something about woman today. Then they say the man rude. The men like it. I see someone there clapping for those clowns then are on Facebook misbehaving. I see them clapping for them. Those clowns. Because that clown show they own. No woman that respect herself, that know herself, and that understand herself, that got children. That got boys children, that got men in her life with disrespect men. No woman will do that. That will even dishonor herself. No woman can do that. But saying they get respect for themselves, they own a clown show, so they pass around on Facebook or they misbehave. Cause men just disrespect all men. I see someone, oh, I staying with you. You borrowing from Liberia. I staying with you. You borrowing from Liberia. Then why she can go bring the whole Liberia now? Why she can go bring the whole Liberia? Your disrespectful behavior and make it. Some of you will never keep men in your life to your dad. You're probably not a man. You're probably not yourself because you're not even no emotional intelligence, you don't get control over yourself.
And Steve, just to say something, it is one of the irony I found about our women, right? Every single one of them, you ask them, they want to get married. That's their goal. That's their objective. Not knowing that marriage is just the end product. Your behavior. You see, they want to get married. They claim that they want men. They want high-value men. But everything that they do, the vast majority of them, they are totally antithetical to what men stand for. And you cannot get a man if you cannot understand men's psychology. It's the same way with men on the other end. If you want to get a good woman, you must understand women's psychology, what women look for. You cannot disrespect a man, insult him, you call him a 1 minute man. Who marries a 1 minute man? You dated him for years before bringing him to the country. If you knew he was 1 minute man, why you have to make such an investment? Who marries a man to humiliate him publicly and at the same time try to maintain such a marriage? Look, let me tell you something. Our sister that listen to SKTV, you come closer, become a man. I can speak for women, I can speak for men. One thing a man will not take, whether you are wealthy, whether you got the best of job, whether you believe that you are economically stable, that two things men will not accept. He will not accept disrespect and he will not accept total humiliation. Or man will stay to where he found peace. Because the psychology here is societal set of expectation that men must succeed, that you got to fight hard. So life in totality is already tougher for men because of that extra pressure from society. So what make you think that when you come home, the place is supposed to call your main castle, right? The place is supposed to find peace and you get somebody there who is tormenting you. Why you think it's more likely to happen? You will never, most of you, like Steve said it right, most of you will die single. You will never get a man because you don't deserve a one. You're not deserving of one anyway.
They're not only die single, though, that look, that misery, frustration, depression, anxiety, and other funny thing will kill them quicker before they think about themselves. Let me be passing around, make Facebook or million and try to get validation from a bunch of stupid people put together and think say they're living life. Y'all be passing around doing that. Who wanted a woman that happy in your home? Which married woman that happy in your home will pass around Facebook and be yelling, oh, they're talking foolishness. Ooh, it's kind of welcome to the show. So that whenever political show, baby, like whenever the politics come in, come here. You don't want to do the social part. Okay, no problem. No problem. But welcome, Mr. Kane. We can hear you.
I say the way all they're talking just your verse.
Yeah, but Mr. Kane, there's been an assault on us.
What happened to the women? Why the women and
no, Mr. Kane. The people have
you're all women like what happened?
No, the people have assaulted us, attacked men who the people have gotten to the point where in some of them will conglomerate to make sure that they humiliate us and take away men who from us.
For what? How?
Oh, because they bring you to America, so anything you say should be yes, daddy, or yes, mommy.
You know, Sekou, I always protect our sister. I always play defense for them when Steve be on his brand. But yesterday on right, I saw with Steve on that one. Like, there's disrespect, there's constant humiliation, this idea that when you bring someone to this country, the president is your personal slave or some merchandise that you can just control like a robot. I'm sick of it because it's happening almost everywhere. First of all, the very reason you left this country to go bring somebody from Baghdad because you know that the market here is not good for you.
Exactly.
So you cannot be at a disadvantage in the negotiation and then won't come to compound your misery. You are successful, you brought this man, and then you want to bring him to this country and scrape his manhood. Like I said, two things men will not accept. A man, psychologically, men believe that they are the dominant of a species. So whenever a woman, you see, one thing women don't understand, that what smart women understand, smart women love men that can listen. Men like to feel like I'm the one making the decision, but equally so you can influence a man's decision. And that the only way you can get that done is choose respect. Because whenever a woman makes suggestion to men, Sekou, do you realize that women are always right when it comes to long-term or prediction? When it comes to the marriage or the home, anytime women say something, that usually happen as compared to men. Women, whenever women give you advice, those things usually come to fruition. But for most of them, rather than letting the men to make the decision or even influence the decision, they want to take out the women part and where the men breathe, and that's where the problem keep coming from.
By the way, Mr. Kane, we'll transition quickly to politics. Can you give an update on what's going on in the country? I know my boy Lauren just show up so that we can talk.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Let's just transition now because I've been receiving calls and messages back to back. Yeah, so Friday, Saturday, we'll bring out the social discussion. By that time, then maybe the politics will go down small. Yeah, then the tension. But again, let me say thank to you and that of Prisoner Monk, Seku, and my brother Lawrence who always into the what kind of situation they can easily handle. But anyway, welcome. So indeed, again, today is Thursday. So many things happening in Liberia. As you may be aware, Liberia is a small country right here in West Africa. And for a matter of fact, few days from now on, we'll be celebrating our 177 years of existing as a country. So indeed, there are so many things happening, progress, new government, and the government that is in power is called the Rescue Government, headed by the President Honorable Joseph Yuma Bwaka of the Unity Party. So again, today, the latest one that spark up a lot of reactions is the President letter. Mind you, President Joseph Yuma Bwaka reads legislature on the acquisition of yellow machines or acquiring the yellow machines. Here are excerpts from the letter. But the president said that indeed he not, or the government, Liberal government, is not into any or completion of yellow machines or that been speculated or around that people are parading with yellow machines, according to his letter that he sent to the Speaker, Honorable Fundraising, Kofa, that indeed this, or in fact, this machine that are in country, maybe Liberal government is not in any completion of any agreement with anything, but is one of his friend, and according to his own letter, he also said that he's waiting for the agreement or negotiation to be between those people who are breaking the machines and that of the Liberian government. And because of that today, Steve and our follower, there are a lot of mixed reactions. Both of our people are saying that indeed the legislature or the lower house has finally, won for themselves admiration or what we call a better system, because mind you, they've been pushing for the system to be better. They've been pushing that indeed they want to know as to who bringing in these machines, where the machines are coming from. So on today to hear that indeed the president sending in letter talking about, yes, indeed there no agreement been made between Liberia government and the owner of the yellow machines. And also at the end of the letter, or in that letter, the president also said that if there is no good negotiation, that means the machine will be sent back to their owner or to where it comes from. If no one want to buy it, or if any private citizen like you, me, or maybe Sheku, or Prisoner Monk, or maybe Lawrence, and all can buy it. If you can buy it, well, that's it. If you can buy it, then the machine's owner will carry that machine. So far, so good. These are some of the major news back home as we speak.
Thank you so much, Mobile. Let's go to Lawrence quickly. Lawrence, what's going on on our side of the country before we get into the politics of the day? What's going on? Any news?
Well, thank you, Steve, and the rest of the team. The issue about the letter today had drawn the attention of a lot of people here, especially some supporters of the Unity Party government. This morning, some of them placing a call on our show here to talk about the issue because especially the issue about the machine is kind of contradicting, because right now we've seen a letter and we went through it. We started analyzing some things. Other people are not satisfied with the way the team proceeding. Even the issue about the legislature, like my brother Mabel was saying, some of them are actually defending the yellow machine. Some of them are actually defending it. So we hope and pray that it will enter in a good term so that at least our country can benefit, because we still are waiting for ours in Bond County. Because as soon as we hear about the machine, they said they're going to do some distribution in Vera County. So we're hoping and pray that at least the DB okay, so we can get out on this side. We got some roads here that are in deplorable condition.
Okay, thank you so much. So you're waiting for your 19 pieces, right? And that means if you get your 19 pieces, any attempt, you will attempt. Is that what you're saying? Okay, folks, welcome to today's edition. Look, let me say this. You please share the show. Today, the show will be hot. On SKTV, we don't wait to be vindicated. We say the truth, and we say why We just be like, hey, is able today? Jackie, you just smiling small. You see someone rushing the talk. Because last night we're playing. Last night me and Sekou spoke on the phone, and he said something to me. He said, you know, we'll be vindicated. I said, vindicated? He said, we'll be vindicated. He said, go rest your body by picking. We'll be vindicated. He said, as always, we have always said it true. We'll be vindicated. To my utmost surprise, I woke up that morning. I woke up around 4 something to use the bathroom. I just see yellow machine. So I said, oh, maybe the other 19 pieces of yellow machine for Maggie not come because me, I'm from Maggie and Lofa. I said, Maggie and Lofa, they're not chauffeur. So I said, no, that's daybreak now. But anyway, folks, share the show. SKTV that the play you won't be. Those of you who watching from far, thank you for watching. Thank you for following. We appreciate you. On SKTV, welcome everybody. We're excited to be alive today. Let me start with Monk before I get to Sekou. Monk, what say you? Is SKTV vindicated? Let's start with that first. Because you were never on the radio. Once in a while, you used to call. You will partake on other shows. Yeah. You will call into other shows back in the days. You were never interested in coming on live or being part of a team or so forth. Mm-hmm. All the time we spoke on the phone or we interacted, you never wanted to express that. But what say you today? Based on what you've seen so far and your being on SKTV and everything else, what say you about what's going on?
The problem with SKTV being vindicated is almost like a standard operating procedure. When for me, I like the lay premise, and the way how I was trained, I don't like my emotion to cloud my logical thinking. I know logic will always be stronger than emotion because emotion is nothing but a neurochemical that can come and go get a love. You know, you can like somebody today and hit them tomorrow. It gets a feelings. It's not static. And I told you since the inception of Madame Sally government, maybe going to the second thing when Facebook became popular, and a host of labyrinth beyond the social media thing going back and forth. At the time, there was no live video. It was all typing. If you can't write, you couldn't participate on Facebook. It was back to back. When you want to go against somebody or go after somebody, you got to write a bunch of paragraphs. So Facebook now has morphed to this thing where we can get video and instant, all of Web 2.0 features. But the one thing I want to say, there was a reason I chose SKTV because I always monitor the information. I do tests, I look at the facts, and 9 out of 10 times, I will keep saying it, 9 out of 10 times, SKTV will be right. You know, sometimes when someone gives you information, the result might not surface, but over time can vindicate that particular information and make it to be a reality. It's what we said. We said it with the whole thing about this asset recovery thing. It came to fruition. It died a natural death. We told our people about, I'm talking about the most recent one now.
Yeah, the Ayololo buses.
Yeah, Ayololo buses. That what happened. We told them about the whole issue of this South Korea debacle is happening. I want to ask yesterday any update from South Korea for the yellow machine situation. The yellow machine situation is very simple, but some people think that it's complex. I don't know, it's very simple. It's a business deal that the president and his henchmen are fully aware of. And the one thing that I know in life, when you are always in the constant habit of saying the truth, you don't have to remember what you said in the past.
Yep.
Only people that lie worry about what they said in the past. So they keep fighting themselves. That's why this morning I posted, I said the yellow machine is called a rainbow machine because the stories from this one machine are more than Joseph coat of many colors, including the president. They keep lying. And when you keep lying, you have to defend yourself. And in politics, every time you are playing defense, it means you are automatically the loser. That's just why it is in politics. And this government will keep lying until they can run the clock out in 6 years. But we will be here to check, to erect checkpoints and to give our people credible information. That's the reason I subscribe to SKTV. And this coming Friday, if our basket can reach, it can get food. You just know that we will take a sabbatical because we don't maintain this sabbatical because last week we didn't meet our target. So tomorrow again, I'm coming with my basket. I hope you guys are ready for the week to meet our target and to get the show going. That's my only thing. Once we can keep SKTV going, and our operation is well financed to keep bringing the information, I'm on board. I will do the best I can. Any day I'm available to make my case on SKTV. So thanks again. Once again.
Thank you, Mark. Mr. Kane, what say you? What's going on? What say you? Again, if we're doing 10 for 10, We are right. We'll always be right. What say you?
First of all, I want to say thank you to you, Steve, Monk, Melbourne, and Lawrence for all you do for SKTV, as always. And I want to also extend my gratitude to our friends, supporters, first and foremost, our stakeholders for continuing to support SKTV, and to the Liberian people for continuously following SKTV. Like I posted on my personal page, I am ashamed, I am disturbed, and I am utterly disappointed. Today we're supposed to be like jubilating. We're supposed to be happy that we are vindicated. But if you look at the ripple effect of these people's behavior on the country, and you think about the future of our children, you'll be scared. This is just in 6 months. What else are we going to see in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to 6 years? This is scary. Look at the letter, the composition of the letter. From the start to finish, it's all lies, deception, and if you think about it, anyone with common sense, you will not even have written this kind of document. Talking about Joseph Boakai, long-term friend. Joseph Boakai.
Mr. Kane, quickly before you continue, let me ask you the question, because we'll read the document. Let me infuse this question before you continue. Sorry to interfere, but I like to infuse this question. So are we returning the machines? Are we keeping the machines as a nation? Because we want to read it like too.
No.
No what?
All those are fake. These machines, as we reported before, SKTV reported before, is a deal between Joseph Nima Boakai, who was represented by his son, and Mama Capability. We told you guys that there was a meeting in Ghana, there was a meeting in South Africa. These machines are meant for Joseph Boakai to use it the way they want to use it. They can rent them to some companies. They can use some of it to fix some roads, but this was meant for an exchange to give the guys then who will give mining for them to use it. It is a mining company. This guy he's talking about is long-term friend. But that's not even the case, Steve. Where was Joseph Boakai long-term friends? This friend, millionaire, billionaire friend. Where was that friend when Joseph Boakai was suffering, that could not afford his own medical fee? George, we are going to give him money to travel to seek medical attention. Where was this friend? Where was this friend when Joseph Nima Boakai was taken care of by Costa and Witherspoon on a monthly basis? $3,000. When this friend can just close his eye and give $60,000, $35 to $60 million. Where was this friend, Steve? So if you look at the document, We're going to read the document. But what I'm trying to say here is that from the start to finish, all lie, deception. And the reason why I'm disappointed, when document like this is read to the Liberian people, where is the outrage? Where is the revolt? Where is the public outcry? Who actually going to hold Joseph Boakai and these guys accountable? Because it's not going to be done by the legislature. Where are the Liberian people? Somebody is mortgaging the future of your children before your eyes. And you're sitting there supposedly doing nothing and saying nothing. I'm afraid Kemenyapo is on the line as well. So let's read.
Yeah, let's read the document first.
Document to the people, and then we'll go to the details in the document. Monk, if you're available.
Yep, I got a letter. I'm not going to read a story. I'm going to read an official letter from the president, the one that was stamped with his signature, with the inscription of the office of the president of the Republic of Liberia official seal. That's the one we got here. So we're going to read it word for word. It says, Joseph Nyima Boakai, July 9th, Honorable J. Fanatiko for Speaker, the House Representative, Honorable Speaker, subject the acquisition process of the yellow machines. He said, I refer to the acquisition of the F-moving equipment, commonly referred to here as yellow machine. Some members of the legislature have raised queries about the process and acquisition of the equipment. Let me first and foremost show you, a member of the legislature, that we are scrupulously pursuing the acquisition process for those machines, guided by the principle of transparency and good faith. They originated from a conversation between me and a long-term friend who shares a commitment to the arrest agenda. This friend was moved by the spirit of solidarity and a strong desire to participate in the implementation in the shortest time possible of our development agenda. He offered to provide equipment in good faith. And on a gentleman's agreement. This belief of many members of the legislature and some in the republic may be understandable, considering nothing of this massive scale has been done before on trust and confidence in the leadership of our country, and certainly not in the last 6 years. He said, please note the following negotiation phase. We are currently in the negotiation phase. No formal agreement or contract has been signed on any party. The discussion is ongoing, and no financial commitment has been made by the government of Liberia, and not a damn pay. That's the president direct quote. Then let me go to the next page. Number 2. So he laying the basis now for this whole machine. No negotiation. Number 1. Number 2, no public fund utilized. He said to date, no funds from the Liberian Treasury have been expended on this project. The first batch of equipment that arrived in the country was shipped at the supplier's expense. The government has not incurred any cost related to the transportation or acquisition of this machine. So Joseph Boakai is laying the case. Number 4, contingency for unsuccessful negotiation. Should these negotiations fail to yield a mutual beneficial agreement, the supplier retains the right to reclaim the equipment. He may choose to sell them within the Liberian market or re-export them. Just about believe that we are all stupid, right? He said, this ensures that the government is not financially burdened or contractually bound by this agreement. Number 5, legislative involvement. We recognize and respect the role of the national legislature in the rectification process. Once the negotiations are concluded and a formal agreement is being reached, we will promptly submit the necessary document to the legislature for consideration/ratification. At that point, we welcome any request for clarification or discussion to ensure the process remains transparent and accountable. Number 4, maintenance zone. There will be established in each county. Each county will receive requisite number of machines for good road construction and maintenance. This setup will guarantee the accelerated opening up to the entire country for speedy development. In summary, there is no contract or agreement at this moment that requires legislative ratification. We are committed to maintaining open lines of communication with the legislature, and through this process, once we have a formal agreement of the CIF value, we will engage the national legislature consistent with our law. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation as we work towards enhancing our nation's infrastructure development. Sincerely yours, Joseph Nyima Boakai Senior. Can you imagine that?
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much. Let's hear from the chairman, and then we'll we'll get reactions from prominent members in the society, because Semtel also spoke about this, against this. John Molu also is.
Oh yeah, we got his statement here too on deck
Against this as well. We hear from prominent members. We'll react as panelists, and then we'll hear from the Liberian. But I hear from the chairman quickly. Chairman Yato is there.
Chairman Yato. Yes, sir. You are live on SKTV.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You are live on the radio. You are live. The entire world is listening.
It's a sad day for Liberia. But I don't blame Joseph Boakai, I blame the Liberian people. We said to them, you had 20 persons that were running for president, but you decided to vote for the two worst people. Look at a man's personal life, and you will tell him how he will govern other people. Joseph Boakai has occupied some of the most important positions in the history of Liberia, from LPMC, LPRC, Agriculture Ministry, he calls it ambassador and vice president. And he was still borrowing money. Joseph Boakai's son was working for George Weah until last June, before he left. Second, Joseph Boakai has not only lied to us. You know what? The two things. Today, while in the plane, I was just crying. One, my faith in Christendom is gone. If it was another religion, I would say, let me go there. How can a deacon in a bold-face lie like that? So when Steve start calling him liar, what other need can you give Joseph Boakai than a liar? Let's go to the case. Joseph Boakai said, his longtime friend, for those of us who have raised money in America and in Liberia on politics, when you are campaigning for office, the first thing you do is you ask the candidate, who are your friends that got money that we can go to? You mean to tell me this multi-billionaire, a guy who will give $30 million on set pay, Joseph Boakai could not find him to buy a ticket when he robbed Cummins? Joseph Boakai could not even buy a plane ticket to go to Ghana that cost $800 for first class. He could not pay a hotel bill that cost $200 a night. But you want me to believe all of a sudden, this billionaire that has no name, only a criminal will be hiding his name. No legitimate leader will ever give you $30 million and don't write that down. They're stupid, oh man. But Joseph Boakai, I think my people are stupid. But let me tell you what the challenge is. The people that are supposed to safeguard the Liberian democracy are the ones who are worse off. I will guarantee you, the Caterpillar or the motor grader, the dump trucks, the water machines, if you average everything out, it will worth about $85,000 on the average for each machine. If you multiply that by 285 machines, that around 24 million. I will guarantee you that Joseph Boakai will submit a $40, $50, $60 million bill. And because Yombi Kanga and Fundraising Kofa has absolutely no regard for the Liberian people, they will approve it, saying that they want roads. Do you think there will be roads in Grand Cru when there's no provisions made? But Joseph Boakai has lied to us. This by itself warrant for us to remove him from office. Look at what happened to Kenya. Kenya, the president, they say they don't want him. They asked him to resign because he lied. And everybody lied, that good lie, not Joseph Boakai lie. All of this that Joseph Boakai is talking about, why couldn't he have said it about a month ago? The arrest agenda. This guy just show up. Oh, I believe in the arrest. He couldn't believe in the arrest agenda when you're running campaign. But he can now believe in the arrest agenda when you are there as president. So we want to see whether the BTC is now the new clearinghouse for machine. If you're a friend of the president, you can store your machine at the BTC. What a criminal offense. The BTC is now the storage house for Boakai friends because it is not open to anybody. With the PPCC, and I will rest on this, with the PPCC opened that bid up to everybody who wants to supply the government machine. But Waka said, oh, my friend has his part of the machine here now. Sebu or Steve or Monk, you can now bring up our machine and compare the prices. Or would he have ripped the Liberian people off under the notion that we want development? Hey, Liberia, we have made the wrong choice and will leave in the next 6 months, or else we will call for Joseph Boakai to resign today. We should be mobilizing our people, asking Joseph Boakai to resign because he's become nothing but a disgrace to the church and he's a disgrace to the Liberian people. And I rest on that.
Thank you, Chairman. Quickly, we're getting reaction from other stakeholders right now. Yesterday, Centel published something. We're getting reactions quickly. Let me just read this excerpt from Centel's publication. Yesterday, they did publish something against the same yellow machine. What the government did. This is what it states. Centel is deeply troubled by this development, which contradicts the president's professional anti-corruption commitment and respect for the rule of law and good governance requirement. If the other component in the government's arrest agenda truly means respect for the rule of law, then the government needs to do the needful by ensuring the right processes, including the public procurement and other tendering processes are fully respected. This does not seem to be the case as things stand with the equipment accusations. This is not the first time the government has engaged in an opaque and non-competitive process. A case in point in which the Ministry of Public Works awarded over $20 million United States dollars worth of road contract to various contractors without competitive process, only to admit to wrongdoing and apologize to the member of the legislature. Liberians and developing partners are seeing a similar trend with the yellow machines. Like the road contract, the Liberian government is violating her own established procurement due diligence, participations, and other processes in procuring goods, services, and works. This is highly troubling, especially from the president and the government perpetrated as being experienced in leadership and governance. Reports that the company and individual behind the deal have business interests in Liberia make the saga more concerning. If there is lack of transparency and due diligence at this early stage of their engagement with the government of Liberia, it says a lot about what the future investments or relationship with Liberia would be like. Monk, let's hear from the other reaction that you're getting before we get to Sekou and other panelists.
Steve, hold on 1 second. Before we read other reactions, we have a couple of people on the line here. I have Mr. Alberto Noah, I have Honorable Yeka Kolba. I have people who actually want to react to this. Let's hear from Mr. Alberto Noah, saying he called earlier while we were listening to Chairman Yato. Let's listen to Mr. Alberto Noah, his reaction. Because we're not, we're going to react to all of these things. But let's hear from Liberian people. Mr. Denoa, are you there? Mr. Alberto Noah, are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Sekou. Thank you, Sekou.
You got to listen to your phone. Stop listening to the monitor.
Yeah,
Stop.
Sekou, you getting me?
Listen to your phone directly. Stop listening to the monitor.
Yeah, Sekou, it looks like you mute me. Are you getting me?
We're getting you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much for thank you very much for bringing me on, Sekou.
You're live. Go ahead quickly. We're listening to you. We got to listen to other people.
Yeah,
Reaction.
Sekou, thank you very much. Let me tell you, Mr. Yato, the first thing I would say, Liberia is a sovereign country. Number one, we are a sovereign country. Our president needs to go out there and negotiate on behalf of the Liberian people. Mr. Yato, one of the senators gave 50 acres of land to the President, His Excellency, Dr. Joseph Human Boakai, to go farming there. 2, you see, as a sovereign country, let me tell you the reason why
Listen. I thought you were calling to react to the machine, but if you are calling to react to Mr. Yato's comment, then you will wait. Listen. Okay. The reason why we are not taking calls here, but we are getting people reaction to the machine. If you like whatever you're saying, I want you to speak to the machine directly. Forget about Mr. Yato. Thank you. Go ahead.
The machine is good for the Liberian people.
Okay.
Over 177 years, we have 3 sub-Easterner as president of the Republic of Liberia, and 1 from Bonn, which is the late William Aratobo Jr. We have 3 presidents for the Southeast. The most notorious president from the Southeast, the late William B.S. Tubman, when Liberian GDP were over, I don't know how many.
Can you speak to this particular machine and forget about all the history part of it, please?
But Sekou has said the Liberian people, whosoever that will stand before their machine, whosoever that will stand before their machine, not to go to Liberia is there for it to be returned. You will never ever seek any political office in Liberia.
All right, thank you.
Have suffered a long time.
Thank you so much. Honorable Yaka Kolba, how you doing, sir? Hello? Hello?
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir, you're live now.
You got time to whistle people that don't have a company in the country here? Joseph Boakai said he went through a gentleman agreement with his friend to bring machines. He brought the machines in the country. They gave it duty free. They didn't pay taxes. Later he tell right, he said the man coming with a machine, the government don't want to buy it, the man will sell the machine that his friend. That was ice insertion today. Where were the friends when State don't want us more buying clothes for Joseph Boakai to wear? Where were the friends when Joseph Boakai don't have pressing iron to press his trouser? Where were the friends when John we were paying money for Joseph Boakai to go to hospital? No, these are the things that the law in the Constitution found on. Receiving gift that is more than 200 US. Look, we brought Joseph Boakai to power. We didn't bring Joseph Boakai to steal. And that is what's going on. That is criminality. Joseph Boakai is working with terrorists to bring things to their country. When we say it, people don't understand. Oh, tradition. I never voted for tradition, man. I voted for somebody to govern this country. If I want to vote for tradition, man, I will go bring the chief soul from Lofa Kante. And can't point there. They are led by tradition. I will not criticize it anymore. I never voted for chief soul. I never voted for tradition, man. I voted for somebody to come and govern this country. Not for somebody to lie to us. Second, we started here today. We are going to keep. I told you the horse will pass it, but some of us will make our presence fail. Our machine, is that how the machine is supposed to come? Is this how the machine is supposed to come? You got water Macantes, you got Jojo, you got Pelete there, going all over the country to go far away to enrich himself. Then you go bring paper before us. And now I had a chance to talk. I said, we're not going to bring Joseph Boakai girlfriend. You're not going to really House of Representative. Now because we brought your girlfriend. And I stand by my statement. Joseph Boakai was not ready us until we brought a girlfriend to the capital building. Joseph Boakai is very disrespectful and Sekou. He's very disrespectful. We didn't vote for him to be corrupt like this. We didn't vote for him to go against the Constitution that we said George we were going against. All the laws, Joseph Boakai disrespected the laws. I send you a recording when he's saying the machine will come. If the LRM board can pay for it, then the Liberia will ice him. What kind of contradiction is this? He wrote out communication indicting himself because the quote-unquote fraud against receiving gift. Because gift that is about 200 is a bribe. Then he said the machine, he had a friend, a gentleman agreement over all. Gentleman agreement, that they may pay taxes to bring the machine here. Taxes is paid. Then he turned around and said, if the developer don't want a machine, he will send it back or the man will sell the machine. Let me say Joseph Boakai. He's setting the business good for our protests. And it's adding up. We will protest against Joseph Boakai. So all the boys can say, oh, you play tradition. I didn't go to so push to bring somebody for tradition. I brought Joseph Boakai to govern this country. So anybody play tradition, they are not part of tradition. But they want us to keep Joseph Boakai in power for, to say, oh, that tradition, I will go for the chief so from local country and come be president. They will know that we brought tradition man to come be president of this country. Joseph Boakai lied to us. Joseph Boakai indicted himself criminally. And Joseph Boakai has become a criminal. I owe no regret, and I cannot revise this statement that I'm making. Let me say thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Kalba. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you can call in anytime if you feel like you want to add to any of the discussion here. So, you know, Steve, Monk, and Mayborn, and folks, stop calling right now. We're not taking calls. We're not opening the line for the general public yet. Please, we'll do that later on. So if you're calling, if I don't take your call, it means that we are not ready. We're not ready yet. We're ready for calls. We'll start it in Liberia. We're just giving chance to few people who wanted to chime in to say something. So Steve, I don't know how you want to go about.
Yeah, let Monk read our reaction before we let Monk read out that other excerpts before we can react, Mr. Kennedy, because they show easy. Monk, you there?
Monk is there.
Writing is a skill. They got some people who can write in Shakespearean prose. That's how Amara Kone can write. Amara Kone don't write lengthily, but he can put 2 or 3 sentences together and he can say a lot of things. So usually when John Molu and Amara post something, there are 2 reasons I always follow them. The manner in which they can summarize the idea and make their thought easily known. And the fact that they work in previous administration, they know where the bodies are buried when it comes to accountability and procurement and all that. So John Molu wrote something, and let me read it very short and straight to the point. John Molu, the former Auditor General, writes in an ongoing Yellow Machine saga. He said, once you take custody, because the Premier Joseph Boakai want you to believe that when it comes to the contingency, that the government is not going to be left on the hook. That's why he wants you to believe that if the negotiation failed, this man could come back and take his machine and go sell in another country, which is a lie. It would never happen once it's in Liberia with Liberian flag and inscription and everything on this machine. But that's what they want you to believe. And that's what John Molu wrote. John Molu said, once you take custody, the rights and ownership have passed to you. Why can't Uncle Joe Boakai simply say, we made a mistake, apologize and ask the legislator to regularize the situation? Regularizing such mistakes is common in democracy, but the truth must first be established. This is done in the U.S. through an Anti-Deficiency Act. Uncle Joe cannot believe the content of this letter is true and unfair. This letter will send shockwave internationally, as you cannot conduct government business based on personal friendship and gentleman's agreement. Someone has once again misled our dear and beloved Uncle Joe. Here is a simple fact. A Liberian government official took ownership from the port, transport yellow machines from the NPA and packed them in the garage in military barracks. Liberia is 100% on the hook for this transaction. This is simple accounting principle 101 and contract with customer 101. The letter puts the government in the bar light. I am now even more annoyed. Some selfish individual want to destroy Uncle Joe Boakai government. The legislature shall throw them in prison today. George Weah said his friends, Iboma and Slowey, were involved. Magio mentioned that his friend buried his mother in the most expensive mausoleum. Pro-poor housing unit, George Weah claimed that his friends gave him money to build it. Government operation must be separate from friendship and gentleman's agreement. All these risks of corruption and lack of accountability, Joseph Boakai must act and punish the wrongdoer. That was John Molu. Very short and succinct. He just threatened the needle that the same trend you saw on Georgia is exactly the same playbook that Joseph Boakai is using, that somehow if the negotiation fails, Joseph Boakai knows that this negotiation is not going to fail with the resources that have been allocated to this deal. He knows that, but yet it's the same lying and the same lies that continue to be perpetuated. The fact is, Amara Kone wrote something again a couple of days ago. We read it on the show. Like, These guys are looking at it from an international standpoint. This thing is raising more eyebrows on the international scene. That's why Amara Kunis even somehow suggested about possible sanction. It's the very same thing Molu is making. The same case if you try the two together, and they are just almost like the billion pieces in the picture.
And let me not cut you off. Amara Kunis just posted a thing about 16, 17, or 18 to 20 minutes ago.
Maybe are we on the radio or you guys on the
we'll go for the news break, and we'll be rejoining you after the news bulletin.
Okay.
Well, let me react quickly, Mr. Cannon, before you can react.
No, I got it wrong somewhere. So let me just on the real quick. I will come back, but let me before I go, let me say this. Liberia, we are going down the hill. We are on a slippery slope, and if we don't be careful, Liberia is about to be destroyed forever and ever. We are about to be destroyed in a way that we can never recover. These people, they came with a plan, they came with an agenda, and that agenda and the plan is they're coming to loot the country. They felt like they had 12 years, they didn't do enough. And the young guys that campaign and did everything during early time that went to school, the government sent them to school, they never had enough time to steal from Liberia. And then CDC came. So they fought their way to make sure that it is a turn now to come and steal. And they know that Joseph Boakai is sick. They know Joseph Boakai is not aware of himself. They know that Joseph Boakai is not in control. So the most they can get out of Liberia, and the fastest way they can get it, they will do that. They will exploit Liberia to the extent where our children and their children will remain in debt. Joseph Boakai is a complete disappointment. Joseph Boakai is sleeping, people making all these deals, putting stamp on it with his name, and he doesn't have the spine to take them on to say, I'm not the one who did this. This is not me. He doesn't have the spine, the power, the courage to fire anybody. So he will shoulder the responsibility 100%. The write-up, the signature are Joseph Boakai's. Joseph Boakai is the one lying to the Liberian people. Joseph Boakai is criminally corrupting the Liberian people and thinking that people are very stupid. That everybody in Liberia, we are all stupid people. Where in the world of president of a nation we say we negotiated $30 million worth of equipment on gentleman agreement? At the same time, you said the equipment are shipped at the expense of the supplier. Why this guy love you so much? Why this guy love you so much that he will not only give you millions of dollars of equipment and then ship it for you
at his own expense?
At his own expense, not for free?
Poor.
Before even entering in any form of negotiation? That means this guy will go and sell Liberia on gentleman agreement. Before we look, we will not have a country anymore. This is embarrassing. This is shameful. And everybody who's supporting this should be ashamed of themselves. Those of you, like Bob de Noir, the reason why I let to give everybody a chance, I let people to come and show themselves and come and prove their own limitation. It's like you having a wife, you marry for 3, 4, 5 years. The wife is, you want child, the baby, both of you and wife, you want to have a baby. But for whatever reason, she's not getting pregnant. You say, okay, y'all go out there, go sleep with anybody, anywhere, anytime, because we just want to get a baby. how stupid can you be to even come and say, because other president didn't do this? No president can do this. And in that write-up, in that letter, he said he understands the outreach from the Liberian people because this kind of thing never happened before in Liberia. Yes, that's true. Because no president in the history of Liberia has been this stupid and been this corrupt. And in their light, stealing from the Liberian, but telling them, say, like Steve will always say, come and pee on the people's hair and telling them it's raining. I think this is embarrassing. And I can tell you, the motive of this machine was to bring the machine. Joseph Boagai will take some. They will rent some to the companies, the mining companies in Liberia. Those guys will go and mine Wulugisi Mountain. Joseph Boagai then will take some of the trucks. They will rent them to the company, the other company there in Lofa, in Cape Town, and also in Nimba County. They're all going to have their share of the machine. How can you say if the negotiation fail,
then he can sell it like
use it in the market? So how anybody can just come in Liberia? You don't have business registration. You don't pay taxes. You don't pay anything. You can bring $1 million worth of goods in Liberia and just sell it. And they're using BTC as the storage. So Steve, Mong, and the rest of the guys, I'm disturbed. I'm embarrassed. And anybody who support this, you have mud in your brain. You need a brain surgery. You need a surgeon to go and remove that mud and put something there that will give you at least some level of intellect to be able to absorb and understand things from the right perspective. If you are supporting this simply because you support Joseph Boagai, then you have, you have some kind of problem up there. That's what I have to say for now, and I'll be back.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Monk, let's read what Amara Kone wrote his reaction quickly. Sekou will be back. Let's go to Amara Kone's reaction because Amara Kone reacted in real time as well. We want to make sure all these.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. 53 minutes.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up,
okay.
While you're pulling up, Melbourne, are we back on the radio? Just so we know, Melbourne, are we back? I think we should be back because we've been gone for the 15 minutes. Folks, please stay tuned. We'll open the lines so that you can comment. You can react as well. You have the opportunity to react. Sekou will be right back. I know we did talk about it. He has some things to take care of really quick. He will be right back. But Melbourne, are we on the radio? Melbourne, are we back? Because I read Amara Kone's piece and it's very interesting again, very intriguing. Are we back on the radio, Melbourne?
Yes, 100%. I know yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Mark, let's get Amara Kone's reaction.
There's Amara's reaction 53 minutes ago on Facebook. He said, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to President Boagai for the communication the Senate received from him today concerning the yellow machine. We want to assure the President that his transparent and open communication is greatly valued. Nevertheless, this letter gave us more to reflect on. We must thoroughly examine the content of the President's letter, which emphasized the need for careful and thorough engagement with our friends and private individuals on matters of national importance to prevent conflict of interest and unnecessary noise. This letter also urges us to carefully consider the reasoning behind the possession of this machine at the Freeport of Monrovia by the government, led by the cabinet minister in the president's office, while negotiations are on the way, and the decision to store them at our national security facility, even though they are privately owned. So he hitting the Omega in the opposite way. Let me read that statement again. Nevertheless, he said, nevertheless, this letter gave us more to reflect on. We must thoroughly examine the content of the president's letter, which emphasized the need for careful and thoughtful engagement with our friends and private individuals on matters of national importance to prevent conflict of interest and unnecessary noise. This letter also urged us to carefully consider the reasoning behind the possession of this machine at the Freeport of Monrovia by the government, led by a cabinet minister in the president's office, while negotiations are on the way and the decision to store them at our national security facility, even though they are privately owned. You know what you're trying to say in another sense, Steve. I think you get that point, right? He dissing the old man. Yeah, you want us not to believe that you want to get it thing right, but you are telling the Liberian people that something that is privately owned is being stolen our national security facility. That's an undercover punch over there indirectly. Then there's where he said, why? Okay, then let me see here. He said, furthermore, it is crucial to address whether it's appropriate for the president to enter into informal agreement with a close associate on his behalf of the nation. Who is his friend? And what exactly is this relationship to the president? Understanding this is important of transparency and good governance in the president's anti-corruption agenda. Depending on how he handled this transaction, these yellow machines could define President Joseph Boakar's legacy. His advisor don't seem to be helping him. So the same thing. John Molu and Amra Kone are singing with the same tone. They are literally hitting Joseph Boakar and calling him out. That this thing is, I would consider this to be like almost like they're giving him another chance to save himself, but he will still take the credit as somebody in the administration or few individuals that want to destroy this president on the international scene, because this yellow machine, like we predicted on the show, will bring more problems for Joseph Boakar than it will help facing Rose's condition in Liberia.
So 3 hours ago also, we're following the different lawmakers and the different reactions. 3 hours ago, I'm not sure if Senator Dillon or Yombly ever commented, because from what we heard from American and the Senate has the communication as well. But few hours ago, about 3 hours ago, Representative Musa Hassan Belede also reacted, and this is what he said. A quote, now that I've seen the president's letter, I can assure you that I will never support this yellow machine scandal. So if you get any reaction from any of the lawmakers to pass it on to us here, and we'll definitely read it to the public to see where the lawmakers are standing on this whole issue. We've not heard from, but let me say something quickly before Monk can come in, and hopefully we'll open the line a little early to get people's reaction, and we'll react to it as well. But let me say this first of all. Let me disagree with John Molu on something. First of all, I didn't agree with John Molu supporting Joseph Boakar if he claims to be a man of integrity. No, you don't allow your integrity to be driven by who can win. When you are somebody who stands for what is right and you have integrity, you don't support people with questionable character. I don't care what the situation will be. I mean, you would rather stay neutral. So everybody who got integrity that supported Joseph Boakar, your integrity is questioned because Joseph Boakar, I've said it on the show numerous times, say I'm disrespectful, say I'm rude, say I cost the papier, say I don't know how to speak, say I can act emotionally, that's fine, that is your right. But Joseph Boakar is a corrupt man. And he will prove us right. Joseph Boakar is corrupt in nature. He is a corrupt, deceitful man. Let me tell you something. Sometimes we don't let it come on Facebook and other places and talk about what we do. All my life, I've studied human being. I've studied human being to the highest. When I tell you the person crazy, they crazy. When I tell you they're a row. When I tell you they're a liar, they're a liar. That's what I do. And I'm passing around and talk about it. Joseph Boakar is corrupt inherently. He can never change. He is a corrupt man. So to say his advisors and the other people, Joseph Boakar stood in a meeting with a representative and told the representative that his friend gave him the machine. Joseph Boakar in a meeting with them, he told them. Yes, they had a meeting. He said that his friend gave it to him. And the same thing he said in the letter. So that Grace Bay telling Joseph Boakar what to say? That who telling Joseph Boakar what to say? That Yombly, that Dillon, that Mamaka, you leave other people alone. That the same thing we did with George Weah. When John Weah do wrong, say, oh, that John Weah advisor. Oh, that the people who are advancing John Weah. That the same thing we did with Charles Taylor. Oh, we used to tell Charles Taylor here before. He not listen to, when you tell them, they won't listen to all. That's why we elected the man. The man told you he able the job. Joseph Boakar told you he able the job. Joseph Boakar told you he's the best man suited for the job. He got 42 years of experience in this kind of job. So y'all won't tell Joseph Boakar is incapacitated. Then if he's incapacitated, then let remove him. Let him vacate the seat. So he can make decisions. You can't have it both ways. You can't say Joseph Boakar is competent. Joseph Boakar knows the job. But you say the thing that I've been doing, the thing that are going on wrong, the corruption, the criminal attitudes. Then you say Joseph Boakar, he know anything about it. So which one is which now? So at what point Joseph Boakar makes decisions? When does Joseph Boakar make decisions? When he wake up from sleep? When he wake up from steroid injections? I think he can make decisions. You gotta get serious in that country. You gotta stop shitting these people who come to power with ineptitude, corrupt minds. Then we say, oh, that the people who surround him that he advisor. I disagree with that portion where Americans say that he advisor. Where other one, nobody advising Joseph Boakai. If Joseph Boakai will look at somebody like Mandela Cooper, a male senior advisor, and he said Joseph Boakai thinking right. And who told you Joseph Boakai should not make Mandela Cooper senior advisor? Mandela Cooper don't know what's going on. Mandela Cooper don't know what's going on. If the social issue, man, woman, business, you can bring Mandela Cooper inside. She know that one. When it comes to serious governance issue, don't bring her around. You're saying that the man senior advisor, and that the man senior advisor, he don't want brought there. And nobody bring her there. So yeah, let's get serious in our country. Let's stop making excuses for these people. Joseph Boakai must be held accountable. Joseph Boakai is a corrupt old man. Just stop this excuse. Joseph Boakai is a corrupt old man. And if you're not careful, you'll keep joking with this. Joseph Boakai will sell that. Joseph Boakai got nothing to lose. Let me tell you, the young people, Joseph Boakai has nothing to lose. If you think there's a joke, you're waste time in our country. You're still on that be defending Joseph Boakai. You'll be making excuses for them. You think Joseph Boakai got anything to lose? Joseph Boakai ain't got nothing to lose. He could care less. So you gotta get serious. Me that the only part I disagree with them. Everything they say is true. The part I disagree with them, when they want to take the blame away from Joseph Boakai, we blame Joseph Boakai for everything that happened because you know what? Anybody that is appointed by the president works at the will and pleasure of that president. So you gotta get serious in our country. Mom, what say you before we open the line?
No, the thing is, like one of my old men used to say, someone can tell you the same letter and the same word. Don't be stupid and don't be stupid. One could be on an insult and one could be on advice. What John Molu and Amarai are doing, they are literally calling Joseph Boakai a criminal, but in the most subtle way. They're doing it in a way that the average person will not understand, because we all know the president take the responsibility for things that happen on his watch. They are calling him out. The statement Amra Corner made. How will you say the gentleman agreement we are using our state national facility to store personal property? So he literally saying that there's a black money thing and we all know what's going on, but they might not say it the way how you saying it. But that's what they are literally saying. It's just that they're making it more fashionable and more diplomatic so it can sound a little bit sweeter to the average person, but exactly what they are saying. They are still calling him out on this deal, but at the end of the day, they are not saying it the way how you would say, or people on SKTV might call it. That exactly. But yeah, the thing. There was a statement Chairman Belede made, and Chairman Yato made the same statement. I mean, the same premise on the idea of the yellow machine. At the end of the day, this thing is almost like a deal gone bad that you're trying to salvage, that you're trying to wreck the wrong. And it will come down. I said it on the show, I think it was 4 days ago. I said, at the end of the day, the whole idea of this yellow machine will come down to the people who will be playing defense for the Liberian people, which is our lawmakers. But the one thing that I know, and Yeke Kolba already considered that, this thing will still go through. The only reason now that it gave the lawmakers more leverage, because the goal was to disrespect them, but because of the backlash, and this thing is raising flag on the international scene, so they are trying to correct their mistake. Now, they're punting the ball to the lawmakers because the survival of this whole thing depends with our lawmakers. So when it comes to negotiation, they will get a bigger envelope as opposed to the initial deal, because now this must be the one to wash Joseph Boakai dirty laundry. It's almost like black money, money laundering. You know, you steal the money and then you pull it in the legitimate business later on to, to make the deal to look, how do you call it, legitimate. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now, that's why when you read Modu's letter, he's saying it can happen in the democracy. It's been happening before you can regularize it. He literally saying that, you know what, you wanted to go the criminal route and everything blow fire, it backfire on you. Now you must go the regular route. And what he meant was
let me ask you this question before we go to the line. Let me ask you this question. Does it make any sense for the machines to already be on ground, on surface, and you want to regularize this? Can you fix this? No, this is if the lawmakers get involved. If the lawmakers get involved with this and approve this, the lawmakers have enabled this government. They have enabled Joseph Boakai in his criminality, and we must call it out as it is. And the Liberian people must hold them accountable as well. And the protest must also go to them as well. Because you can say you're negotiating, but the thing already on ground. That's a disrespect to them. So if Joseph Boakai is serious and he wants to negotiate, then the right thing the government can do, take the machine from out of the country, take it back to whoever sent it, and start the process of negotiation. You can't have it there. It's like the forcing it down their throats.
And down you know the machine won't leave the country no matter what. That's what I'm telling you. At the end of the day, will be guaranteed that this deal will still go through. The only difference this time around, you're trying to turn a dirty laundry into a clean laundry. The deal blew up in their face. Now, don't forget our lawmakers is also part of the same cartel. The only difference is they work in separate branch of government. Why you think Motivate, the Supreme Court teacher, they say we want our share? Because she know there is this symbiotic relationship between the executive and the legislature and the lawmaker. So at the end of the day, once that the deal failed miserably and everything blow up because of the pushback from the public, it because the leg of SKTV been asking a tough question. Everybody now on the yellow machine issue, they got to regularize. That's why John Molu was saying now, you can go to the lawmaker and do it the proper way, but equally so they are of the same cartel. They just work in opposite side of the government in terms of speaking of the branches of government. So Joseph Boaga and his crew will go. That's what I'm telling you. The only thing that will change, the lawmakers will have more leverage in negotiation because they will get more money in exchange for letting the criminal deal to go through. So at the end of the day, the machine is not going back. They will stay in that country. The Liberian people will pay for it. They will pay the interest payment, and this guy will still walk away. The only reason now the lawmaker will walk away with a bigger purse as opposed to the executive pushing it down the throat. That's the only thing that will change. Nothing else will change.
Well, quickly, we'll go to the lines, but let's get a quick reaction from Milburn and Lawrence quickly on this issue. I mean, so we can go to the lines really quick because we want to open the lines early on. Milburn, what say you? What is your reaction? Because I mean, this is a total scandal, a big disgrace, has exposed the government, by extension, the president of the Republic of Liberia, to be getting into deals with criminals. Who is this friend? Who is this friend? We need to know who the friend is.
Yes. So again, I want to say thanks to you, General Monk and Dr. Sekou, for all of the points that have been taken in. Again, you just said something about how will you bring in something into a country before negotiating. So it's like even if you like or not, that thing going to be here. That is nothing. And Steve, Sekou, and the other Brazilian monk, I think our 42 years old experience, I think there's a procedure error. And let me just say this because for me, I'm right there in Liberia, and there are a lot of Liberians who listen to some of us who always call us after the show, even before the show. Let's learn to respect people. Let's learn to give people their respect, even no matter what happens. Because we have 3 branches of government or government system. And this system is the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branch. So there's no way that you will bring in country thing that will be more than 1 million or even 1,000 without it passing through the referral channel. So I think there's a procedure error. And thank God that the president coming up, but again, it's a slap in the face of the executive. Let me just make this clear. People always accusing the lawmakers of being corrupt, being dead, being bad, being doing. But for me, I always tell people, most of these problems start from the executive. Steve, President Monk, and our followers, our listeners, today, whether you like it or not, most of Liberia province start from the executive. The executive will now chunk it down to the lawmakers. And because some of the lawmakers, they are poor, they don't have money, they think about the politics, they think about how Liberians go to them every day to beg them, or to be asking them for things. So sometimes they concord with so many things. But let me be frank, the major corruption in the country starts from the executive. And we just seen it. It's just been something like exposed. So for me, I'm so disappointed in the president. Let me be frank, that's not the right thing to do. Everybody wants development. Like I was asking someone, I said, even you want development at the detriment of your own life? No. Because mind you, we are living in a new world where we have security implications. So what happened? For example, this person who bringing in this machine is a Russian. What's going to happen? So you don't care about your own security? So far it is frustrating. Let me be frank, and thank God that the president said for negotiation or this machine was brought in by his friend, and the President Monk or someone was talking about which type of friend and how. In fact, Honorable Yeke Koluba stretched a very good point as to where were this friend? Say, where were this friend or Steve? Now today, the friend coming on because why you have position or you have power. It is sad and it's bad.
Just before Lawrence comes in, to also open the line and make his point while he opens the line, let me just say this. Then, if you so want to agree with the development concept, then let's agree with Nathaniel McGill. There is no need for Nathaniel McGill to be censured, because Nathaniel McGill said when you steal the other people stole money to build houses. So if Nathaniel McGill steal money and build houses, like brother stealing, then would all did agree. So, like I said always, and I'll keep saying, some of y'all fall down on your head. And I ain't take no regret in saying that. I will never take it back. Some of y'all fall down on your head. I ain't got no professional way to deal with criminals or call criminals. I don't deal with people who do wrong, hurt people deliberately to benefit themselves. You know how many poor people die on a daily basis? I'm so county reader and I say, oh, the government had to go through the procurement and no procurement. They are criminals, starting from the president. President Joseph Parker has exposed his criminality. And I keep saying, I will say it over and over and over and over again. So it goes, which development? What kind of development? Development that will benefit them? And they say the machine now enough for the Liberian people. Okay, why put a Liberian flag on it? Why put Joseph Parker picture?
And in that presentation video at the retreat.
That's a $1 million question. Why put a Liberian flag on that on property that only belong to us? You know, Steve. Yeah.
The question Steve had there contradicted what you just said, because you said it was a procedural error. That is not a procedural error. That was calculated. It's not an error. A procedural error is something that happened beyond your control. You trying to do the right thing, but you didn't take the proper step. When you criminal activity, it's not a procedural error. They know how the law works. All they are doing right now, like I keep telling you, because it blew back in their face, so they're trying to punt the ball now to the lawmakers, because in Liberia, anything the lawmaker graces or the bless, it become law and it become acceptable. So this time around, they are only giving them more leverage in the negotiation. But this was a total calculated criminal act done by the executive. It's just that the deed didn't go as planned. So now they are calling on the lawmaker to come and rescue them. That's exactly what's going to happen.
And the lawmaker should not put a hand into it, because you know what? Let it take it back to the place they got it from. Look, the same thing free. And what you did free? Why can't you say how time we not concerned the Liberian?
The Liberian not carrying the cost.
Exactly. Well, let's say that when I call a friend, let a friend take a machine from Labrador. Labrador, not storage, not dump site. The scene where the brother, I don't know bosses.
Good. There were also come. Well, let me make it clear in his letter.
What do you think?
No, but Steve, in the mail letter, I think he also mentioned that if there is no agreement. If there's no agreement, let people carry the property back.
We not want no machine. We not want no machine can two more doors. We not want no machine. No machine can two more yo. We not want no machine. The thing we had, I don't know buffers. We told the government. And let me say something here, because before Lawrence, Melbourne, I think you have to go to the studio B. I beg you, Chief, because the other thing looking loaded. Yeah, Lawrence just bouncing. We don't understand Lawrence. You know that Lawrence just bouncing. So yeah, I think Lawrence is back. Yeah, Lawrence, can we take 2 calls, please, if you can? And can you react before we take calls?
Steve, I think I'll show face. So you're leading a country. So I need that one. Let me take call, bro. We already Isa 077-825-5050 You're gonna be live on the show. The show is really here on Radio Forma School and operated by the Rufus and Roof 30 Foundation here in Bond County. Let me go to the line. Our first caller. Hello, your name? Where you call from?
Yeah, I want to begin calling from the Faki community.
Yeah, you brother. Go ahead.
So you asked me online. I thought I was going to make my way through to the alcohol about honorable member. Then I got you. Labor and the guys on the show. I wanted to show you guys that our warrant to those lawmakers and extruding that people that no deal. The impossible man brother will be able to pass this.
Hey, my brother, no. Hey, brother, go to the issue and yeah, no, you saw the Papa, I beg you, Chief, please.
Okay. Every make up, we get angry with him. We told the Liberian people that we should stop electing reasonable politicians and bring us the coming who have the international quota, who believe in the massive. You know, the Liberian people will always make mistakes by putting reasonable politicians and men and children who was not even able to be a fool.
Thank you. Thank you. You make your point.
right now, like when we have this editor, we got to do that, it will stand in any part of the world. We'll put that to that.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show this evening. 086-02-1302, 077-825-5050. This caller is on the phone lines. Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, Name, where you come from?
Thank you. This is part of who you for me, and I don't need this conversation from this TV.
Yeah, you should go ahead.
Thank you so much. I think, let me appreciate the president of the Republic of Liberia for the clarity they made by his letter written to the legislature. Now, I think for some of us who came skills, that's why in our head, we can read with comprehension. But people who fell on their head cannot read with comprehension, and that is the problem. No, when you read the president's letter, in number 5, on number 5, where he's talking about legislative enforcement, the president told you that when the agreement shall be concluded, then they will send it to the legislature and they will be open for further questions and clarity.
Thank you.
Now you asking for who they friend. So you want for them to show their friend, so SKTV, you can go beyond it for government or president Baka and disclose it. Or negotiation.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. 086-02-077-825-5050. Let's call. Hello. Yeah, Name, where you call from, brother? Yeah, you Chief. Go ahead.
You know, I will tell you, my brother.
Hey, your background is noisy, Chief. Your background is noisy.
Hello?
Yeah, your background is kind of a noisy.
Are you getting me now?
Okay, much better. Go ahead.
Okay, what I'm saying is I think the critics for this government are preparing students. Because while they were saying people do, they were thinking we can do contact, if they do, the people will suffer. What they are seeing, we are not seeing is that they are ashamed. They are ashamed of themselves.
Thank you.
Bringing out students, the issue will be useful, and the people will install the machine for their work, for agriculture, they will benefit from it. That is why they see there.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us. 086-02-1302. This caller is on the phone lines. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Yeah, thank you. This is the matter and I try to come with it.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead.
This is what you see Liberia. Years in, years out, we will just remain in Liberia, and we'll be doing little here to more. Most of our friends, young guys, you think the $150 that you are receiving on the gas, you think it's sufficient that you will come on the radio or you will sit in the community and you know into yourself that the people you are supporting and taking it 200 150 people, you know that they are proceeding wrong there, and you say you want to defend it in yourself, you know that it is wrong. You think
Thank you.
the 79-year-old man will be planning our future and living on his tenure, and today we are celebrating because if you want to get the word done.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they call me a play over there. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, where you come from? You say your name? Okay, go ahead, Remy. I hear you.
I want to say a big thank you to those of you on the platform evening, and I bless God for you for bringing such a discussion. In our country, Liberia, today we consider to be a politician in an act. I have always considered and described them as political prostitutes because they only after the data is natural for those that get into those position. All have to do to pray God and God will bring judgment, privilege, so we can go fix judgment.
Thank you. Judgment did more come right now, so I can go face it. Oh yeah, let me see who is online too. Okay, let me see. This person
men of God when I come Liberia, every immonoza will visit a church. I see what men of God in there. Men of God who are saying,
hello, Daddy, where you come from?
Yeah. My name is Mr. David. gentleman agreement.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think one and the rest of the panel is right. We were not marching boys who are taking 2 or 15 back for rest, and we will just come to say thank you. I don't even know what the young guy is saying thank you for. Your president, who you elected, was the head of the country, said he's going to gentleman agreement. He said no machine has been reached, no agreement has been reached, but yes, the machines are in country. And you take your phone ignorantly, and you go and say thank you to the president for what? For disgracing the country?
Thank you, Dan.
Breaking the country on his head? Mr. Bwaka is a shame and disgrace to this country.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for calling on the show. Let me see who is here. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Hello?
Yeah, your name, where you come from?
Yeah, this is one back during the conversation with Greg came up.
Yeah, you, Chief. How came out this evening?
Yeah, so basically, one on the issue is that under the watch of as the head, the Senate, there was 65th post-concession son. So having president that would encourage irregularities and administrative impropriety is not a surprise. But my major point is law because are the ones that we the Liberian people are what. If they can allow these dubious applications of public procurement to unfold to the instrumentality of the executive, their judgment will go for them, will protest, and we can shut down. Whenever they decide to contest for any public offices, they will not be re-elected.
Thank you.
So the interest of the people should be the primary. So we want to tell people that the whole we are delivering there. Any sign of them give to this party, drop out of the executive, go for them, face to face and door to door.
Thank you, Chief. I beg you, don't be personal about how you talking about. How you be talking to you about? The mission show fit that. Pastor say judgment day will come now. Hello? Yeah, your name, where you come from?
Yeah, this is DP from Judicial. Remember to respond to this. So, how they compare rent taking our people to be? If they were crazy in this country, we're not crazy. Then people say that they want to eat 32 million free. Look, their machine coming, they just people just want to eat money. The president, the lawmaker, they want to eat money. To be honest with you, when I was under the budget, I was busy.
Thank you.
When they say they are making a post, convince the that the machine get the money.
Thank you.
But some people in the home. There's some people in the home. Where to lack me? Hey, you know the party. You get straight up again. You don't think about it?
Thank you, my brother. Another person is fine. Thank you, Chief, for calling.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell people help for me, huh?
Yeah, man, yeah, you, Chief. Oh yeah, I think I can take 2 more and go to Steve.
Yeah, take 2 more. We'll take 2 calls here from the diaspora as well.
Okay, this person. Hello, your name, where you come from? Yeah, your name, where you come from? Yeah, Chief, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, most of you are journalists. Yeah, but my journey is teaching.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what you were doing in that part of the country, that is called Tomo Palafred. What you did Western culture. Then they say better because I'm not going along because you have that to discuss.
Yeah, my brother, thank you. Already DJ, but you don't have to waste your time. At least you can send your memory card and we'll transfer music for you, Chief. Thank you. Yeah, but it's good. It's good to have you this evening. Let me see you here. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, your name, where you come from?
I'm Shamati, and I told you from being Georgia resident.
Yeah, Chief. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Well, see, Mr. President Bwaka began out of these studying in this country, right? The issue that has to do with the yellow machine. When I'm going to the yellow machine, we'll put on the yellow machine. Because on the yellow machine, my friend is on the building, someone will accuse the government, will accuse them, will accuse that one. But they see, when you go to the letter, nothing put in the letter. Because they didn't show in the one letter. You said, now you say you're not with your power agreement of the whole machine business. But now we still have a play on the machine. So what you want to do? But the people prevented of carrying the machine back.
Thank you.
Kill the machine the rest of the way.
Thank you.
People that heard him last year. All in there,
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. You make your point. Thank you. I appreciate you for calling. Well, Steve, it's all yours.
Hold on. Okay, thank you so much. Let's get to this caller here from the US, from the diaspora. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Yeah, good evening, Steve. Good evening, SKTV. Good evening to everyone, the peaceful, loving people of Liberia. Steve, Joseph Baka is a complete disappointment to us. You know, it is so embarrassing. Our whole president will get into a backdoor agreement with a friend. Could you imagine who is really advising this man? It's a disgrace to our country. But you know what? Honorable Yeka, you said you are bringing in protests. But the protest should not only be diverted to the executive mansion, it should also be diverted to your colleagues. Because now the Constitution gave them the power to ask the president a question. Why? How?
Thank you.
And the president needs to give them the appropriate answer. If he doesn't, with all evidence and supporting documents, they have the right to impeach President Baka. If they refuse to do that, what happened in Kenya will happen in Liberia, because the youth of Liberia will come out. You know, like former President Obama said, true democracy will win only if we fight for it. Fighting for it doesn't mean holding gun to go in the bush, no. But standing up against your leaders and calling them to order.
Thank you.
And then lastly, I would like to remind the Unity Party about the last sanction that the U.S. government gave to those other corrupt sedition officials. In their last sanction, they said that there was also going to be a new sanction when there is a new president. What does that mean? That means the new president that is going to take over, if it's going to be the same CDC or it's going to be another president, if they continue the same corrupt pattern of their predecessor, they're going to fall into that trap. So let them have that in the back of their mind. Since they have a short mind that they're quick to forget,
thank you.
The U.S. is watching them.
Thank you so much.
Steve.
Yeah, let me get this other caller, folks. We'll get a few callers on, and then we'll respond and call it a day here. Let me get this other caller on real quick. Sorry, some of these people called, and then I had to put them on hold. Let me see if this caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes.
Yes. What's your name? Where you calling from, caller?
Yes, but you know, I'm calling from the state of Iowa to be specific.
Yeah, but Brad, you know, you ran away from I say you win the election, you ran away that the machine didn't brought you back. Yeah.
I never ran away.
Okay.
Every blessed day I monitor SKTV. But let me say this, Steve. We are a sovereign country. We've been suffering for long, for 176 years. Look, the reason why majority of the Liberian people voted Joseph Baka, this is one of the reasons to go out and lobby. Yes, other people might say it's a criminal act. This is what he won. And this is the reason why other people got 1%. But let me say this. You ought to give the old man chance to lead. I see people getting frustrated. Yes, I know. It's the will of the Lord. The Lord is getting mad because of some other reasons best known to themselves. Yes, Joseph Baka, he bringing 285 yellow machines, moving machines, but he hasn't built 50 condominiums in 3 months of his presidency. Yes, I support. But look at Burkina Faso, a little Burkina Faso, that all of us, we the Liberian, or not only the Liberian, no, we the Liberian gave birth to the countries surrounding us. You look at them today. Liberian people, yes.
So, Mr. Denwa, let me ask you the question before I take the next caller because I have another person on hold here. Let me ask you this question quickly.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you the question quickly. Welcome back first of all to the show because you've been on the show here from day one.
I'm always on the show, but I don't want to talk now. I'm always on the show.
Yeah. So, Brad Denwa.
Yeah.
The president said the machine is not for the Liberian people. What do you say? Yeah, but you are saying yeah for the Liberian people and will benefit. The president saying not for us. So that means you lying on the president.
No, excuse me, Steve. Excuse me. Let me give you one parable. In you, I will explain it to you. One clock. You know the clock that chicken can clock on the clock. It's in your mouth. I will give you that parable and you yourself will define it. Sometimes those things happen. That for administrative reason, the machine is in Liberia. Who is for?
So wait. So you're saying the president lied? You accusing the president here or lying?
No, I'm not accusing the president. I'm not saying the president is lying. But let me conclude. Okay. I know where you're going. This is not Robin White. Business with Jack Taylor here. We'll get it straight. Look, Liberian people, the machine is okay. We can pay for the machine. We can pay 150,000 to just 30 senators and 73 senators. We can pay for this machine. Lord, be patient. Let our country open state. Look at from Ghana to Grand Guinea.
Thank you.
People are taking 10 minutes. Thank you very much, Steve, for having me on this show.
Okay, let's get the other caller. Thanks to Burton one. Hopefully this will be our last caller for the day. Let's get this other caller really quick. Folks, give us 1 second. Burton White saying the president not lie, but the president. Yeah, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Hello, Steve. How you guys doing?
We're doing very well. What's your name, please?
I'm calling from the state of Ireland. My name is Dee.
Yes, Dee.
Thank you guys for the show as always. You know, it's just so tiring for 7 months. Everything about this government, it's just a noise and a chaos. And the reality, the people that supported this party, they can't even see. They are so blindsided. When Joseph Walker was running his campaign, the videos are all on YouTube, on Voice of Africa or America.voa. He made a lot of promises, and a lot of things were said by the president. He said it will not be business as usual. So if we, the Liberians that want better for Liberia, if we see the sign of business as usual and we try to tell the president, no, president, this is a sign of business as usual, make a turn and the supporters want to call here. You know the saddest thing, Monk? The Liberian people, one time I was praying and I said, God, what Liberia problem? He said the mindset of the people. And now today I can see that our mindset are dangerous. And let me conclude because we're on the time frame. We're not saying Joseph Walker can't develop Liberia. This is not an argument here. But go through the proper channel. You can't just get up and do something. That's not good. That's bad governance. But everybody keeps talking about, oh, Liberia needs to be built 177 years. So even if Joseph Walker goes for a deal with George Dino and bring this in the country, do you guys want Liberia to be sanctioned? You don't know America with Liberia madness and everyone in the United Nations. You don't know where Liberia stands right now with international people. What do Liberia want? Just asking them to give us the right thing. That's all. Nobody says he will not break the machine. Is it too late for him to go back and explain to the people and follow the rules of law so things can be done instead of y'all walking here and talking for us to discuss the issue and making sure? Do you guys want Liberia to be sanctioned? Because this is where you're trending and it's coming if this government not put it together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, folks, Monk, what say you as we're wrapping this up? I know the people on the radio got to go to. Monk, what say you? How do you react to the callers? Brendan, who is a stunt supporter of the government, saying something different. I got a caller here. Let me see what the caller say, please. Different out of country, please. Just one caller, this last caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please? Hello? Yeah.
Yes. Abraham coming from Norway.
Yes, Abraham, go ahead, please. What's your take?
Today, just as Yato said, it is a sad day for our country.
You know, prior to people reading the letter, I saw a post from one of the supporters of President Boaka. The guy said, after the president and the pro-tem sat and wrote a letter of the noises. And our problem, I think the lawmakers are also our problems. Why is the old man treating us like this? Why a bold-faced lie? Where is the integrity? You are saying that, you know, when Mo was reading the letter, I listened to certain things. Imagine, you said negotiations are going on, but now you're trying to justify the reason why the machines are here, even putting us under the impression how those machines can be maintained in each of the counties. It's like forcing the machines here our truth. Negotiations are going on, just as the other senator said, but they were at your port, brought in and stored at your military barracks. And then they have your pictures. You see your people jubilating. One of the ministers, key persons in your office was sitting on the machines jubilating. How can people just lie with both faces? This is wrong. This is wrong. But the integrity lies with our senators and representatives. These people, they will pass it here again. This is wrong. If there are something like integrity people, they will say, even we want machines, but these machines got to go back. Because it's on total disrespect to us and our citizens. You can't do that kind of thing here.
Thank you.
It's wrong.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, caller. Well, Monk, how do you react as we wait to get off here to get to the radio? Because I know the guys from. How do you react, Monk? What say you?
You know, when we come on SKTV, when we try to educate our people, most of the time they don't pay attention. They love these kind of sensational stories, the one that can bring out the balls on the social media and back home. You know, when we be talking about the budget here, there are so many things. The average voter in Liberia don't understand the game that is being played. They don't understand the terminology when how our lawmakers, the whole money laundering thing is done in Liberia. When you look at the business model of the way how our governance system is set up, these guys, right? If you go to the budget, you know, when you read Amara Conan post, he said there was no financial instrument placed in the budget that covered the yellow machine purchase. John Malu made a similar case. But guess what happened in Liberia when it comes to the budget? There is something we call off-budget spending. We told our people, our listeners, but they don't pay attention. Like I said, most of them, they don't come here with the intention of listening. They come here to be combative, to protect their political institution, their political leaders. When you look at the budget, right, and the other guy that came on the show from River G, we also talk about that particular 46 million that were created, where they say they gave people the power. There is something they call fiscal space. A fiscal space means that the government have flexibility in spending. You know the fiscal space that was created in Liberia National Budget for 2024? The amount?
No.
96.1 million. So what they did, they went and vetted all the domestic and international debt and then decided come up with a rollover plan as to how to pay on the interest and the principal of the debt. So for that reason, they know that certain items that they will want to procure or they will want to steal from the Liberian people are not in the budget. They create something called off-budget spending, which means they can spend on things that are not allocated in the budget. So they created a fiscal space. So which means they got the leverage within 96 million for them to pick and choose what to spend money on. Look, our people don't get it. They have no idea what's going on in that country because most of them don't pay attention. And even if we try to give them this information, they don't process it the way that it should be processed. That's just the standard operating procedure. There was a criminal or black money or money laundering move that was calculated by the executive. And now, like I said, they are only pointing it over to the lawmakers. Because in Liberia, that is why when our lawmakers steal, they say anything that is in the budget is legal. even though you know that they're stealing right before your own eyes. But when they put it in the budget, because the budget instrument is supposed to be a law, so whether they get themselves additional salary, whether they get themselves extra incentive, once it's in the budget, it's supposed to be legal, even though they are stealing, but they are telling that there is a legal stealing. That's what Joseph Boakai is about to do now that the deal has failed. He's turning it over now to the lawmakers because he did it in reverse. The procedure here is you do the procurement, you come up with the deal, you negotiate at the executive. At the end of the day, you reach the lawmaker for him to rectify this deal. But in this case, they already look. When you watch the video at their retreat, that little presentation that they made, it said machine purchase and procure. That's what on the screen.
Yeah.
It's on the screen in their own presentation. The videos are still there. So the idea that Joseph Boakai is trying to do the right now, it's just like you always say, it's like someone pissing on you and telling you it's raining, that you are so stupid. I can just literally abuse you and you won't even know exactly what I'm doing. That's what happened to our lawmakers and Joseph Boakai. But I will tell you this again, and the listeners here, that machine has already been procured and purchased. The only negotiation is how much the people in the executive will steal from you versus how much the lawmaker will steal from you in the process. It's all about how much they will divide among themselves. But at the end of the day, I don't expect our lawmakers to say, no, the thing is, it stinks to the high heaven and we won't let it to go through. They will let it to go through. The only difference, like I said, it gave them more leverage in terms of negotiation as to how much they can get as their pay cut from the executive. That's all. But at the end of the day, the deal will go through. They will purchase this equipment and you, the Liberian people, will pay for it. I don't know. I can guarantee there will be roads that will be built because the 22.4 million is just a classic example. That one is going breeze. So what make you think another 30 million going to change the narrative? The ILO bosses, what make you think going to change? It's the same old deal. People are competing for your resources and they are stealing right before your very own eyes, using your own law, giving themselves fiscal space, flexibility as to how to steal your more money from you. That's exactly what happening. Nothing's happening here. And the lawmakers and our executive again will go into a caucus meeting. They will decide how they will share the spoil. That's it. Nothing more. And this deal will go through.
Thank you. Let me react quickly, and then Sekou is back. I'm grateful that he's back, and I'm glad that he is back. I know he's probably been following from the back end there because he was working on some things at the house. But let me say this. Let me just say this, folks. Sometimes you can get there with us. Some people can be in your inbox. Oh, the way you can say it, you can be. How else you want for to say anything? We ask the government to do the right thing from the beginning, because we know this was a corrupt, criminal thing. We say, y'all, please follow the law, do the right thing. They say they will not do it. They won't do it the way how they've been doing it, the criminal way, the way your way then did it. Or in the need that they bringing machine to the country. It can't be about bringing machine to the country. It should be about doing what is right. When you do what is right, you will get the support that you need. But all of us should just sit and be quiet while you behave criminally. It's wrong. The same thing we complain about George Weah on. I saw somebody making argument this morning that George Weah brought private jet. He said a friend gave it to him, and Joseph Boakai owned the company, and he said the machine will benefit Liberian. Private jet was just benefiting George Weah. Okay, let's keep your argument like that. The private jet that George Weah got from his friend, he was not using it to go do Liberian business. The private jet, George Weah was not riding it to go do Liberian business. That's why he was going to the different meeting and on behalf of Liberia. But even as that, the president has already told you, Joseph Boakai told you that the machine for Liberia. And that's something that we need to be arguing on. The only thing we need to do as Liberians, if you are a true supporter of this president, Mr. President, send a machine for Liberia. Can you please ask your friend to take it from Liberia to carry somewhere else to store it there? Let us ask for that. Why the Mediterranean should be burdened with that? Why don't you take it to BTC? That's what we should be doing, at the call that we should be making as Liberians. If you are patriotic, that's why you should tell the president. The president said a machine for Liberia. I agree with the president on that one. So why is it in Liberia? Why is it on our soil, not for us? So our umpire, we don't want to take garbage and all the junk thing. The thing we had Ayololo buses. It was not for Liberia, for Ghana. That was making the carry back. If we hadn't put our mouth inside and brought this government, the buses were going to be there shamelessly. And they were going to be breaking down, facing. My people, you know, Joseph Boakai, Mamaka Capability, Grace B, and what her name, the senior political advisor, Mandela Cooper. You let ask all of them. You let put our voices together. Ask Young Kanga Lawrence and the president for them to please take the machine them back and take our sticker from on it. We don't want to be labeled as a criminal country. We don't know where the machine coming from. We don't know who gave it to the president. So what are you in the country for? Me, I'm a concern again. President Boaka, you listening right now? Please take the machine out of our country. You're carrying somewhere else. Guinea and over there. I record in there, there. You're carrying the light be there. Why be in our country? So I'm only concern again with the president. Mr. President, please take it from Labro. Please take the machine from Labro. We don't need it there enough for us. Thank you, Mr. Khan. It's up to you.
Yeah. So speaking of people watching, I was just on the phone with one of the senators, and I can tell you this yellow machine issue is one of the things that will actually bring Joseph Boakai government to public ridicule, and it could actually have a huge ripple effect on the overall governing system of our country. You know, Steve, Mong, and Mabel, there are a lot of people that actually supported this government, supported Joseph Boakai, but they are disappointed. They actually been disappointed in the past. But this is one of the things that actually kind of like bringing together people who believe that Joseph Boakai, his government, they are not up to any good for Liberia. Steve, Joseph Boakai told you in that letter, he said two things. When he said a friend of mine, a long-term friend, I can guarantee you 100%, like I said earlier, Joseph Boakai will take responsibility for everything. But I can guarantee you 100%, Joseph Boakai was sleeping when he wrote this letter. 100%, I can tell you. But because his signature is affixed to it, then he's responsible for everything because he's the president. But I can tell you 100% Joseph Boakai was sleeping when he wrote this particular letter.
Mr. Can I say one thing before I leave? I beg you. You know, we used to call.
You know why I said that?
No.
They are fighting among themselves right now. I told you that I was just speaking to a senator, right?
We'll compare no be close to
two different senators today. Just now, we're gonna left the line. Two different people call me. The other one, I told that one to call me as soon as possible, but the other one called me by himself. But I can tell you, Steve, and Mong and Mabel, they're fighting over why this letter went. And Joseph Boakai, if Joseph Boakai was honest, or whoever wrote this letter, if this person who they call the so-called friend was not a criminal, why wouldn't you say a long-term friend of mine by the name of X, Y, and Z from X, Y, and Z country who owns this company or that company? Plain and simple. Mr. Kane, exactly who you're working with, right? Yeah. But this has nothing to do with everything they say on that letter. Mr. Kane was sleeping when he wrote the letter. You go ahead and sorry.
Let me just say the one thing.
They put a stamp on it. You were still sleeping.
Mr. Kane, let me say the one thing to you. In the Joseph Boakai, after almost 6 months of being president, has gotten a new name. When he was in a campaign, he knew a Joe Ball. But starting with today, Joseph Boakai new name, that gentleman agreement. Oh, see the president party will call him gentleman agreement. So, Mr. Gentleman Agreement, we agree, yeah? And you all started the whole campaign where we agree. Mr. Gentleman Agreement, we agree that it is a gentleman agreement. That's all I wanted to say.
You know what? Let me make this public. even though I was informed that this guy changed his phone number, but his number that I get, the two number that I get, I was sending a message to him. For the first time since this guy fell off, that time when they took him to EWA hospital, that Friday and Saturday, the exchange we had before they took the phone, I never texted him, never called him after that. But I would text him, I would send him a letter, a private letter on this mission issue. And they will see it, they see it, they allow him to read it, fine. If they don't, fine. And I will also make that letter public maybe after a day or two. But this is embarrassing. This is disgraceful. And I think Joseph Parker should resign or be impeached for grossly violating the Liberian Constitution and for lying under oath. He took oath that he would protect, preserve, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And he will do everything in the interest of Liberia. If you lie to the Liberian people, it's an impeachable offense. He lied to the Liberian people. Joseph Boakai should be impeached, or he should resign by himself for lying to the Liberian people and for stealing from the Liberian people. This is a day-like corruption. And this is not just being corrupt, but disrespectful to the Liberian people. It is an affront. It is an affront, to all level of decency. It's like you're telling people, say, you people are a bunch of stupid people. I don't care about you. I can do anything I want to do. This unity party, if Liberian people don't stand up and protest, if Liberian people fail to carry on popular uprising against Joseph Boakai and the unity party, they will destroy Liberia within 2 years. Just 6 months right now. Look at what they have done. It's now 41 million, 85 million, that's 22 million, and now another 30 million. Wasteful spending. So I believe Joseph Boakai should resign or should be impeached. He is incapacitated. Joseph Boakai is not the one doing all these things. Joseph Boakai cannot serve Liberia. Let Joseph Boakai be impeached. We have somebody there. The vice president is there. The vice president can act as president to end his term.
To end the term, yep. That's the constitution.
He's not able to rule the country. He doesn't know what's going on. And you have people there who are doing it. They don't even know what they are doing. And they are doing all of these things without any consultation with the vice president. From today on, moving forward, we will continue to call Joseph Boakai to resign. This is shameful. This is embarrassing. You can't subject our country to these kinds of humiliation. This is bad. This is bad. This is really, really, really embarrassing. So I just have a few messages to share with those of you who are stakeholders. I woke up this morning, I saw 3 people being added to the people who have met with their commitment. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and do so, so we can have our show going as usual. So today, because of some of you pay. So we are able to take care of some stuff today. So hopefully Sekou will be back tomorrow here. You know, we have to try to maintain all our platforms. And to do that is, it has some, you know, costs attached to it. So we have to continue to do what we can do to keep the platform moving. Like we told you, whether or not people pay money, we will continue to maintain, you know, what we can do, but we can only work within our means. So we cannot go beyond that. But you know, if you look at Liberia, you look at what's going on a daily basis, you can't get tired. I swear to God. You will never get tired speaking out. You will never get tired supporting the cause to change Liberia. Because it is imperative, it's needed than ever before. Very, very important. If we all sit back and say nothing and do nothing, these people, they will sell this country unknown to all of us. We'll just be there. Say we have a country, but we have nothing. Where in the world somebody will tell you, a friend gave me $30 million worth of equipment for free before we can talk about the money? A friend now when they give me $30 million worth of equipment, but ship them too for me. A whole country? You're the president. If you're a president, you don't do your personal stuff. Everything you're doing it on behalf of our country. And you know, let's be honest with each other. Would I be rhetorical? From a factual standpoint, Joseph Boakai lied to the Liberian people and thinking the Liberian people are stupid. Where in the world, you Joseph Boakai, you say you depend on loan for your upkeeping. You take loan from banks for your upkeeping. And you have this kind of friend, a long-term friend, not just a friend that you just found, you know, right after the election.
Yeah, he said long
time. Because long time means way before he even
yeah, that's what he said.
That means you have this long-term friend that you know, that was been around, but yet, and their friend can give you $10 million for free. Just go and take it to your country. If things work, then you can use it for your country. If things doesn't work, then I will just sell it. But keep it, you know, you keep it for me. You think Labrador is your personal property? You can just do whatever you want to do with it because you're president now? No, that's not how it works. This is disgraceful. This is embarrassing. And when I say here that George Weah is better than Joseph Boakai, I'm maintaining. CDC is better than Unity Party. They're all bad. None of them good for Liberia. But CDC is far better than Unity Party. And George Weah, as a person, is way better than Joseph Boakai. This is a disgrace. I think Joseph Boakai should resign as president. If he doesn't resign, the people should get on the street. If I have money to spend to encourage people, to sponsor people, to get on the street, I will do it. Other than that, we are losing our country right before our eyes. Mom, what say you before we go?
What's up, Sekou?
Yeah, so we're about to leave until you got something to add.
Well, I don't have that much to say. I think we covered grounds today. You know, one of the major stories we we didn't cover today. Hopefully, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Do you know that there are Unity Party lawmakers that are already rallying their colleague to cooperate with the executive branch to make sure that this thing go through, right? And Front Page Africa even carried that story. That's why I said the only thing that changed in this whole money laundering deal is the fact that the lawmakers now are giving more leverage because they are the savior or the saving grace for Joseph Boakai and the executive. So before they respected, the president looked over them, he thought they could have rammed this thing through, and now that it failed, in order to make it a little legitimate, they have to go toward the lawmaker, because once they get a blessing from the lawmaker, then accordingly it's supposed to be a legitimate deal. So now our lawmakers got more leverage, and Front Page Africa today confirmed the story that lawmakers from the Unity Party are already talking to their colleagues so that they can get the thing to pass in terms of the negotiation. And I can bet, yeah,
Mom, even if they go through the lawmaker,
yes,
they go through the legislature. Who gets something before you negotiate for it? You already got it. What are you negotiating for?
Yes.
You already got Liberian flag on it.
Yes.
You already presented to your people. Your people celebrating. So what are you negotiating for now?
No, because I got to look legitimate. Apparently, like I said from the beginning of the show, maybe the international partners, the people behind the scene, they are the one that raising the red flag on this issue. So, and it's the same statement that Molu made, that he trying to, that you can rectify this thing, and the only way you can do it is to go back to the lawmaker. So even though it was a full-blown conclusion from the beginning, but now they got to make it a little legitimate, because that way when our lawmaker grace it, then it's supposed to be acceptable. It's the same way that our lawmaker can steal and tell you, say, you know what, we're coming to steal from you, we are stealing from you, but it's in the budget. So even though it's classic stealing, but it's legal by account of the budget, because the budget is a law. So anything that is within the budget automatically become legal. So it's the same route the president and his crew are trying to take. So they just shift the side to our lawmaker to be the one to make the decision. You remember when I came on the show, what I told you, I said one of the most consequential interview we had on the show was when that lawmaker from River G came. I told you, I said, Sekou, that additional 46 million that this guy just created out of thin air, it was just nothing but a charade. It was a fake money to give them more leverage. Now, our people don't go through this budget. They don't know how this thing works. This guy gave themselves a fiscal space, like I was telling Steve, 96.1 million. That is, they can pick and choose where to spend money, because of our fiscal space, and you give yourself flexibility. So you know the agency that they target to do this kind of flexibility, it was the public and international debt, domestic debt, that they will renegotiate the debt and determine how much they can pay the bank as interest and how much they can pay on principal. That way they get more money. Now, another area was the asset recovery. They put the asset recovery within a fiscal space spending. The NSA, the security agency, is also part of that. Then they went to the National Human Rights Commission, is part of that. Then they got the reclassification of water line. So these guys, like I tell the people in Liberia, we don't have a country, we don't have a democracy. It might look like one, but in terms of governance and operation, we don't have a country, because your very same lawmakers are some of the biggest criminals you will find anywhere in the world. They print their own money, they give themselves incentive, they create their own fiscal space, they tell you how much they can pay or bank, they move money here and there, and nobody in the country knows exactly what's happening. It was the same thing that prompted the people from the judiciary branch to come and tell them, you know what, this thing is too much, we want our own. Because the way the system operates, the money can only move between the executive and the lawmakers. When it comes to spending and stealing from Liberian people, no, the judiciary is totally out of the process, except for money that was allocated for their operation. But anything outside of that, no. Can you imagine, Sekou, this guy created something called off-budget spending, that they can spend money that is not even within the budget? How you think that happened in Liberia? But anyway, we'll stop there for today. And one day, Liberia will be rescued. The real rescue mission will happen. And tomorrow, to our folks, don't forget, it's SKTV, our tradition. If you want the show to continue and the operation to be smooth as possible, and you know, our regular thing to do on Friday, I hope we can hit that.
Mom, before we go, let me ask you this, though. You know, SKTV, while they were jubilating, they were talking about all these things about the bosses, the Alolo bosses. You know, when SKTV broke the news that Nigerian, Ghanaian were complaining about it, and we'll play the video here. You know, we got insulted, that we were jealous, and that the bosses are going to stay, and
yes,
they're going to bring more of them. There are going to be 300 buses.
Mm-hmm.
But then they kind of quietly return those buses without having the courage, the audacity in their supporters to even say, SKTV, we apologize.
No, they won't do it.
For insulting you guys.
Nope, they won't.
So they got no shame.
Nope.
They got no moral. They got no integrity. So you can just say anything you want to say to people just to satisfy you and your masters, and say anything you want to say with no remorse.
Yeah.
And you think it's okay. But then when people describe your behavior for what it is, then you feel offended by that. This attitude, this behavior is criminal. It's corruption.
Yep, fraud. It's classic money laundering. That's why it is.
Classic money laundering. And let me tell you something. Something that I don't like to say. We have been contacted many, many times to collaborate a lot of information about Liberia. You don't know who watches SKTV and other platforms, but you don't know people that can call us to collaborate certain information. This information about this money that Judicial can receive with the promise to give the people in yellow Wologisi Mountain. Some of the machines, they were not coming for road construction. They're going to use some of them to mine the Wologisi Mountain. They will use some of them to build road, to fix the road from the Wologisi Mountain to Monrovia, where they're going to be shipping their products. Some of them, just a bucket that will contract them to other people, other companies that are going to be paying money to them on a daily basis. Plus the money that they receive initially. And we told you here that some of the rescue senators received some of the money because some of them were part of the negotiation from the get-go. The people finally destroy Liberia. And this has nothing to do with politics.
Wow.
Yeah. This has nothing to do with politics. This is about our country. It doesn't matter who you support, who you voted for. We want to have a country. At least, if not for our generation, but our children. They deserve to have a country. I'm disturbed deeply. And I think Joseph Boakai does not deserve to be president of Liberia.
No.
He should resign. He should resign, or the people should go on the street and demonstrate against Joseph Boakai and his government. Other than that, this is just within 6 months. Within the last 6 months of Joseph Boakai presidency, the money laundering within the government is in the 500 million. That's like within it's like $500 million they already finished squander. All the corruption scandals, money laundering, money moving here and there, and drug dealing as well. If Liberia can actually, if Liberia can lose over $500 million in 6 months, what do you expect in 6 years? You still want to have a country. We told you about the budget. They are collecting money every day, but the money is not being reported to the LRA. They will collect 6 million, they will report 4 million, 2 million. We're not saying it, they said it.
But yeah, we were even conducted from Brethren got Finley on the committee in the Senate.
Yeah.
We said it on the show.
They said they said the free people said the National Port Authority said they raised $6 million, but they reported
They get 2 out of 7 million according to the projected figure that's going to be reported.
So they get 200, they get 2 million.
Maybe they
So
keep 5 million.
Where's the 5 million? They finna eat it. They finna put it in their pocket. Then when you talk, those who are not even seeing the money, they're not benefiting anything. For them, their only loyalty is up to the people who they voted for, not to the country. They will be the one to actually insult you and say it's okay. We're not going to have a country if we don't really stand up. Sometimes I can be weak, I can be lazy, I can be tired to even do anything, when it comes to Liberian politics. But when I look at the level of destruction, the level of humiliation these people are bringing to our country, and the level of insult, thinking that we're all stupid, and we all just kept quiet and said nothing, it will look like we're just stupid when you're stupid people. Somebody got to just stand up to these guys.
And just say.
Just say whatever, the truth is. Let them get mad, let them insult you, but that's okay. But at least you'll be on record. Haitian will remember you that, yes.
Yeah, that when they were insulting us, we stood up.
Yeah, we stood up. That's the only reason I'm here. I'm not here with the hope that anything will change or the people will stand up. But I believe we have to be on record. Sometimes those who fight are not the one to enjoy the fruit of what they fought for. Maybe it's not going to be us, but another generation will come that will benefit if we fight to eradicate these kinds of tailored corruption and money laundering from our country. Joseph Boakai is an embarrassment. Joseph Boakai is sick. Joseph Boakai does not know what's going on. Joseph Boakai is just there as a martyr. So he needs to resign. He is incapacitated. And we do not have a legislature with a spine to do the needful. So Liberia is a failed nation. We have a bunch of illiterate people. We have a bunch of mud-brained and chicken-brained people that will just support anybody, vote for anybody, just to get $20, $10 in their pocket, 1 bag of rice, or 10 cups of rice. They will mortgage the future of our country just to get school fee, just to get car pay for $20. They will sell their vote for $15 to elect a bunch of corrupt people, heartless hollows. They care less about what's going on in our country. And they will do anything to maintain their control over our people. Even using the money they're taking from the people and giving a crop of it.
I know.
Just to maintain control over them. They say one who controls your belly, control your brain.
Yep. That's it.
That's how they are controlling our people. We will not get tired, Mom. I just wanted to say that.
You know, there was an X7 Joseph Boakai letter the last time Chairman Ability showed up on the platform. I told him, I said, Chairman Ability, it's not about the lawmakers allowing this to go through or to deny Joseph Boakai of this deal. But there's something they call precedent in politics. When you set a precedent, it will follow you for generations to come. And Joseph Boakai himself confirmed that statement in the letter he wrote. That's what he said in the letter at that particular part. He said that disbelief of many members of the of the legislature and some in the public may be understandable, considering nothing on this massive scale has ever been done based on the trust and confidence in the leadership. Even Joseph Boakai knows that this move has never been done in Liberian history. So if our lawmakers will sit there and allow them to slap, then it may get a new precedent that anybody can just come. So think about what will happen in the future now, after this. it means it would just be going on, and that will be the new precedent. And that's why the other lawmakers said you can just go and bring trash from anywhere, and the Liberian people will be the one to pay the ultimate price, because that will be a new precedent that any president coming after Joseph Boaga will be able to do with a blank slate, and it will just get worse for the country over time. That's exactly what he meant, and he confirmed in the letter. I was like, oh, so the Papa can be listening to us too, because we made the statement that this thing had never happened, even honor of Georgia government, it still never happened.
Yeah, man, that was saving Georgia better than this guy. because what happened?
Yeah,
George Weah was inept. George Weah was incompetent to be president of Liberia. But George Weah, to some extent, has some level of fear for public reaction. They will do things, and they see that the public are going to react to it badly. They will try to scale back. They will take it back, or they will reduce it. The only thing George Weah didn't do was to listen to the people when they protested. Also to go and somehow reshuffle his government. Had George Weah reshuffle his government, George Weah would have been president today. Had George Weah actually listened to the people and the proposal presented to him, George Weah would have been president today.
oh, for sure.
But Joseph Boakai is different. Those who are working with Joseph Boakai, they are seasoned criminal and they are not afraid. They feel like Liberians have had enough. Liberians have had enough, so there will be no more instability in Liberia. But what they don't know, Liberian people, it may not be war, but they can actually take action, get on the street. Let me tell you something. If this was a different country, you know why Joseph Boakai, you know why they took these things to the Barry? Because they know if the people get angry, they could burn down those machines.
Yep, they know that there's a possibility to the
They know that the Liberian people will get angry because they know the criminal act, and when they are exposed, Liberian people could be outreach to the level where they could go and burn down those machines. That's why they took it to the Barry to see how long they can maintain the crowd, they can maintain the outreach, they can maintain the resentment that people are getting from this machine, so that later on they can start to put them outside and use it the way they want to use it. If this was in different country, Liberia would be, there would be a chaos in Liberia today. But we don't have people in that country. We have a bunch of followers, praise singers. Look at the other women are called. You would think, that's why I don't believe when people say,
Asian
wisdom,
right?
People say gray hair is wisdom. I don't believe it.
Even fools grow old.
Yeah, even fool can get gray hair. And they can age. Even crazy men, some of the crazy people, someone can really, really live for a very long time. So not necessarily truth that gray hair means wisdom. Look at the other women are called. Oh, from Joseph Jingle Robert, we have had a president. Look at. So what? So simply because like the scenario in the analogy that I just gave him. Simply because you want a child, but you want your wife to go and just sleep with anybody, anywhere, anyhow, and bring the child home because you want a child. If you tell him to do that, he will say no. If you tell him to do that, he will say no. Okay, now because you want money, where are you working? Why don't you just go steal? Go anywhere, get money any kind of way. See if you survive. So that's just like the country. Liberia is a country When you say Liberia is a sovereign nation does not mean that you should go and just take anything and bring it in your country. When it's a sovereign nation, it doesn't mean that you own the country. You know what makes Liberia a sovereign nation? The law, the constitution. You know what makes Joseph Boakai a president? We call him president because of the constitution. If you're going to violate that constitution, if you're going to really don't respect that constitution, have no respect for that constitution, that means you don't deserve to be president. Because it is the constitution that makes you president. We'll leave it there for today. This is shameful. It is embarrassing. And we got more information to share. Like I said, I spoke to 2 senators before I came back on. And senators provided me some information. Like I said, the other one, I tested that one to call me. That one, we didn't talk much. But the one that called me on his own gave us a lot of revelations. I will be sharing with you tomorrow. This thing is embarrassing. Liberia, we will suffer. We will continue to suffer if we fail to act. Joseph Boakai destroyed Liberia. Electing United Party was the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. I thought electing George Weah was the worst thing that ever happened to Liberia. I've said that before.
Yeah,
but at this point,
it's late.
Joseph Boakai, when Charlie Messi pass mark, Joseph Boakai has overtaken the record of George Weah. Joseph Boakai is worse than anything that happened to Liberia. Because you can't have a president who just sleeping, not knowing what's going on, and then have a bunch of unscrupulous elements with no sense of direction, who are not there to enrich themselves, and they care less about what becomes the future of the country, and everybody just there, everybody should just say yes, kumbaya to them. You saw other people on the street the other day, thinking, celebrating the yellow machines. Oh, daddy came home with some food, some plastic bag. Whether daddy stole it, whether I was giving to daddy for free, whether daddy killed somebody to bring it, you don't care about that. All you know, your daddy is coming home with some kind of plastic bag. Shamefully so. That's the country we have. Mom, thank you, man.
I think we did it, man. Tomorrow.
We'll be here tomorrow.
My basket coming around. SKTV listeners.
Man, I only know a few people, but I don't trust your viewership no more. What happened last week was not correct, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, we'll keep doing what we got to do.
Oh yeah,
my people, yeah, thank you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you sticking with us for almost 2 hours 45 minutes. We'll be here tomorrow. And thank you so much for your support. Our brother is bleeding. Our period is crying. And we may not have a country after 6 years of Joseph Boakai, because they are now up to no good. Their motive is to just enrich themselves, put a lot of money in their pocket, and care less about the future of Liberia. Unfortunately. We'll see you tomorrow.